Give me just a minute, gentlemen. Just a minute. Oh. Fuck, I think we'll do another one. Why not?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of pumpkin.
Oh, they're nasty.
Don't hurt 'em, Hammer!
Dirty bitches.
Fucked up.
Gentlemen, I hope everybody's doing well. I can already see some hitters in the house, some wrenches. Be with you in just a moment. Give it to me. Let's get that going. Get this thing down here. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, not so clean, man. I gotta trim it up a little bit. Good evening, gentle folk. How are you doing out there, gentlemen? You know what I mean. Come on now. Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk. Back at you. One more time. One more again. Come on now. Come on. Yo, man, I was out there looking, searching, trying to find some stuff to talk about tonight, and I got to be straight with you, man. It's kind of quiet. I like that. It's not a bad thing. But I did find a few things that we could go over, we could discuss, and of course, if you want to drop something in the chat and we can holler on it together, I'll do that too. Let's see who's in the house. 55 in the box, 20 thumbs up. Hey, 20 Fonzies. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Darth MGTOW, Fella X-Wing, Fellist X-Wing. Did I get that right? Standing by. What's up, homeboy? Glad to see you in the house, man. MGTOW Life. Gents. What's up, MGTOW Life? Success Pool Endeavors. Hi, Hammerhand. What's up, SCE? How are you doing, my friend? I hope all of this is feeling better. I hope that you're getting along, man. I really do. I really do. I don't know that I would have the strength or the courage to go through that shit. I suppose to try to live another day, I guess I would. But I've got the fan on back here just to keep the air circulating. So if it's causing problems with your ears, let me know. The Populous Pimp, PPT. Oh yeah. MGTOW in the Wind. Evening all. What's up, Mr. Wind? How are you? Paul Lofren? I hope I got that right, Paul. I know you're first a lot. Here, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Antonas. Hi to Hammerhand from Canada. Oh, man. Oh, man. You in Canada. You know, a number of years ago in Canada, we would go over every once in a while, and I always called them our friends from the true north. I always said that about Canadians. And about Mexicans, I would always call them our friends from the true south, right? Because, you know, the United States is right there in the middle of North America. And it looks like nobody wants to be our friends anymore. Oh, well. It's okay. Successful endeavors, high wind. JP, gentlemen, Christian MGTOW. Yo, man, Cybergoth. What's up, fam? Nothing, sir. Chillin' as usual. Zool, ahoy, Captain Hammer and fellow MGTOW. Antonis, yo, man, yo. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Everybody's shouting everybody out. That's awesome, man. Jackknife, 1%er. Oh, I know who this guy is. What's up, Jackknife? It's good to see you in the stream here, brother. What up, Monk? Zero, man. Not a fucking thing. Just sitting here chilling, talking to the brothers, and discussing fuckery. Cool man. What up? What up? 3 of them? I don't know about that. Sounds a little suspect to me. You might be a white supremacist. I don't know. MGTOW in the wind, still crazy. Yeah, it's all fucked up, man. In the sticks, IRL. Hammer, what's up, sir? How you doing, man? In the sticks, hold that line. Absolutely. Shinobi One. So, yo, what's up, man? Shinobi One, +1 shield. A manly load. Hey, a manly, haven't seen you for a while. Hey, peeps. JP, Pastor One. Shinobi One, MGTOW Church in 10 hours time. Don't be late. Georgia Red Mud, like and subscribe. Absolutely, gentlemen. Do yourselves and myself a favor. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Pretty please. And damn it, I went and forgot to get my goddamn link and drop my link in the fucking chat. You know what? Hold on. Bear with me just 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to rotate this hair device. Yes. No, maybe. No, I don't want to stop streaming. Guys, give me a second, all right? I didn't go off there, did I? I bet I did. I'm sorry about that. Duality, reality. Uh-oh, duality in the house, man. In the house. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Let me get back up. Check this stuff. Mogan. There you go. SCE, fan is quiet, audio is good. Hopefully we won't be buffering tonight. I have this massive Wi-Fi tower that induces brain cancer and vision blur. So yeah, hopefully we won't be dropping shit out tonight. When it just dropped out right there, it's because I switched to another screen. Oh, goodness gracious. Magnetic, whoa! I'm just in time. Howdy, what's up, Magnetic? Red Pill Mixed Breed, what's good, Unk? 0, man. 0's good. But everything else is great. Figured. Went and made some notes. Flash that up there real quick. Didn't make too many notes. There's not a whole bunch of shit to do. Okay. I want to talk about something that happened a couple of weeks ago. Well, it happened longer than that, but we got wind of it a couple of weeks ago. And that was the fella in Canada that was told that he had to pay $50,000 fucking dollars a month. $50,000 a month. I can't even fathom $50,000 a month to a woman that he had an on-again, off-again sexual relationship with. They did not share a home. She had her own home. They had their own bank accounts. They had no shared assets, no children. And when she walked away from the deal, or he walked away from the deal, I'm not sure which, somehow or another, she ends up with $50,000 of his dollars a month for 10 years. It's $6 million bucks, folks. It's $6 million. The original judgment was for life. And the Canadian courts were very generous and just made it 10 years. Now, I can't tell you that Paul Elam or Tom Golden or Janice Fiamingo watch these live streams. What I would like to ask any one of them is, if they happen to get wind of this, is, do you think that at some point in time, this horse shit is going to make its way down here? Because it's coming. It's coming. It's the abolition of what common law marriage, an actual marriage with no license whatsoever. And if you have anything to do with a female, now guess where you're at? That's right. You're on the business end of supplying them with money until you die. Or until you blow your brains out. Or until they disappear with a shovel and a bag of lime in my trunk. So I would like to ask any one of them, especially Paul Elam. I like Paul a lot. He's been good to us. He said some things that he shouldn't have said. But overall, by and large, he's been good to us. But he has a 14-year-long relationship with somebody that he doesn't live with no kids and no shared assets. And guess what? It's an identical circumstance. So how long before that gets here? And how long before all of those guys out there that were saying, well, we can do this, we can do that, we can pump and dump and... How long? Now how long is it going to be? You know just like I know that the coof, the Wuhan surprise, the flu from way the fuck over there has accelerated the decline and the collapse of the house of cards that we live in right now. And we do live in a house of cards. Make no mistake about it. We live in a house of cards. Everything is so thinly stretched out that if any link in the chain breaks, there is no coming back from it. It's going to have disastrous consequences. And yeah, right now it's kind of having disastrous consequences. It was accelerated by the Wuhan surprise, but you know, like our friend RPM says, when the lights go out, feminism will go right out with it. So will gynocentrism. So will all of this other horse shit. But then you also have a rise of people out here that are going to think that it's going to give them an opportunity, a chance, you know, to get out there in the world and impress, dress to impress. Let me go show them ladies what it's all about. Oh yeah, they're going to do that. They're going to do that. I've known people like this for a good portion of my life. I don't have anything to do with them, I'll say that. But I've known folks for a good portion of life that were like this, that were fucked up and weird. Now, I went out looking for a few things before I got on here today, and I'll get back to the chat in just a minute, gang. Get back to the chat in just a minute. 124 in the box, only 58 Fonzies. I guess I just don't deserve more than that. It's all good. It's all good. I'll take them. 58 Fonzies are good with it's good with me. So I went out. I'm going to reverse the screen here for a minute. Hang tight. All right. You see it? There we go. This is what I found. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? There we go. That is your Urban Dictionary. And what does it say? I'm going to give you a moment to read that. So for anybody that goes to the Urban Dictionary to see the official explanation, definition of MGTOW, this is what some piece of shit put in there. And you will find this no matter where you go on anything that is publicly editable, like Wikipedia. Know what I'm saying? I'll give you just a minute or two more to read that so you can read through the whole piece of bullshit. I already flagged this and I already sent an explanation that it's a fake definition. See, when we get that studio up and running, I won't have to do all of that shit. Dirty door. I'm going to cancel out of that. But I thought that that was pretty fucking hilarious. Really? I thought that was pretty funny. That somebody would take the time to go and write a fake, bitter troll definition for MGTOW. We all know what MGTOW is, don't we? Let me get back to these comments. Paul Lofren, close enough, lol cow. Silver Surf Studio, haha, just watched Reckoning Part 5. The Juggernaut Part 5, you mean? Yeah, man. I hope that you liked it. I hope you guys enjoy the coming Juggernaut series. I think I will do another series a little bit down the road 314J-Rock. Hello, everyone. What's up, 314? Hope you're doing, man. Whippy McWhippet. I like that. Made me think of Devo. Hi from Australia. What's up, mate? I know that was terrible, but hey, it's the best I got. K. Grease. Hope you and your son are well. My son is right out there sleeping. Working hard to get him back on his schedule, back on a respectable schedule. His mother and the husband and the grandmother and everybody else just kind of let him go to hell. And he was staying up all hours of the day and night and getting into all kinds of bullshit. And that's the main reason that I ended up with him. To do all the damage that they can possibly do and then pass the baton. It's typical. It's typical. Still a great kid. A great kid. We've got some trust issues to work through, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So thank you. Silver Surf Studio, evening, Hammer. What's up, sir? What's up, man? The Populous Pimp, PPT, checking in from the liberal shithole called Soycago. What's up, Soycago? I don't know how soy they are. Them motherfuckers are straight murdering people every fucking weekend. So I don't know. There's a lot of soy involved in that. When you are emotional and you can't control yourself and walk away from something that is obviously stupid and dangerous, yeah, I would say that there's some soy involved in that. Piotr Ozlowski. Hey, brother, checking in. What's up, Piotr? Hope everything is going well, my friend. Shinobi-Wan just finished mowing a massive farm lawn and field. I've got 8 chickens now. Boom. Boom, shalaklak, boom. Timothy Sokol, stuck in California. Here, I assume that's abbreviation for California. Fucking sucks to be you. I know that the exodus from the West Coast is massive. Massive. Here's what I don't want. I don't want all of these goddamn West Coast voters to flood into red states and then start changing the fucking politics and the dynamic in those states. That is why I fucking hate out-of-staters. I can't stand them. Kentucky's a pretty reliably red state. For some strange reason, these fucking idiots put a blue dog in the governor's mansion 2 years after they overwhelmingly elected Trump. I don't even know what to say about that. Kyle De Silva, brother, you have friends in the North always. I'm glad to hear that. Always glad to hear that. I always used to, and still do, call the people from Great Canada our true North. I call them our true North, and like I said, I call our brothers down South. I call them the true South. We're sitting here holding down the middle, but it's getting more and more like it's looking more and more like this motherfucker's going to implode. I hope it don't. I don't want to see that happen. But and for those of you that thought that I was going to show a ass on the screen, I'm not Terrence Pop. Sorry, can't do it. Well, I might do it. I might do it when I get my studio set up. Bridges don't fly. Good to see you checking in, Bridges. What up, MGTOW in the wind? Kelly Giddens, howdy, Hammer. What's up, Kelly? How you doing, man? Time in a bottle. Is anybody prepping? Food shortage is in the air. Yes, I am prepping, and I've been prepping for some time now. I show off my beautiful firearms from time to time, and $450, if you do it right, $450 will get you a year's worth of dried food, good food too, not fucking kibble. Let me be honest, it's a few steps above kibble, but if you eat sushi at Albertsons or Kroger or Walmart, same thing. Excuse me. MGTOW in the wind. Oh crap, that means I need to bleach my skin. Go take your bleach shots, man. In the Sticks IRL, would really love to hear your perspective on men 18 to 25 going MGTOW and Monk Hammer. It's difficult for me to say what I would like to see other people do other than wake up to the usury. That's the only thing that I want to see people do. I want to see people open their eyes, truly, truly open their eyes, and start seeing how they're being used in every conceivable way. In every way, people are being used. And that's not just men, that's women too. You know, I know some of you kind of roll your eyes a little bit when you hear me say that, when you hear me include females in that statement, but it's a fallacy to suggest that they're not being used hard. They're being used very, very badly. The difference is that they are emotionally and mentally, by and large, not all, but by and large, they are weaker than a lot of men. Well, a lot of older men, the 18 to 25, the 18 to 35-year-old men out here today, most of them, they got problems. They got real problems. My perspective on that age bracket of men going MGTOW or going monk is the very first thing that you have to do is to get a hold of your biology. I don't mean literally grab it and start yanking on it. I don't mean that. I mean that you have to start seeing the very obvious threat that is represented in the other half, the only other sexual option that you have if you want to fuck a human being. You could go goat hopping if you want to. I ain't gonna do it. But in Canada, they just decriminalized bestiality. Ooh, oh, it's a hot time in Canada. I don't know, gang. What would I say about 18 to 25-year-olds? I don't think there's even a time frame for it. I think the younger that you can start red pilling, or you sprinkle in some of that red pill crack around people, the more you can do it without them going insane, the better. If you see that people are clearly and aggressively resisting it, stop. Let them figure it out on their own, and if there's anything left to pick up, then help them if you can. Some people will resist that until they fall over dead. Some people are very receptive to it, especially when they're under pressure, when they're under duress. You will find that pressure and duress when she starts saying what she wants to do and he don't really want to do it, or she says, hey, I'm pregnant, and she was supposed to be on the fucking pill, or you were supposed to be using condoms, or for some fucking reason everybody thinks that they just can't get pregnant if they don't use birth control. Fucking crazy. Just insane. What I would say is that you have to become self-aware. You have to have an awareness of what's going on out here. You have to have an awareness that every single thing that you see and are exposed to is some type of brainwashing, some type of propaganda, or something to get your money from you. Some of it is useful. Some of it is beneficial. Some of it is a very nice trade-off. Most of it ain't. Most of it's bullshit. Most of it's crap. Most of it is useless, worthless fucking garbage that you just don't need. I mean, people rely on things that are shiny and sparkly, and it gives you that little emotional comfort when you buy it. When you get a package in the mail, it's like, oh man, oh, life is worth living, baby. You know, you get all of that fucking shit. But did you learn how to plant a seed? No. Did you learn how to scale a fish? No. Did you learn how to catch a fish? No. Did you learn how to do anything that can keep you alive when shit goes south? When shit hits the fan, did you learn how to do any of that? No. And there's a fucking ton of people out here that inside of the first week, 10 days of shit hitting the fan, they're going to be ghosts. They're going to be dead, gone. People with medical problems, people that are currently in the hospital, hospitalized, people that are obscenely overweight. I can't say too much about that. I'm a big motherfucker. Can't say too much about that. But if I got to get down the road, I can get down the road. If I have to put on a 10-mile hike, I could do that right now. It would suck, but I could do it. If I had to run 50 yards really fast, I'd be in trouble. Just what it is. Cheers. Went out earlier tonight, got a beautiful pan pizza from this place called Jets. It's a little too oily, but it is a delicious pizza. They use good ingredients. They make the pizza well. You know how you typically have that border on the pizzas? It's about an inch, maybe 2 inches if they're not making it right. And they give you the dipping sauces. Dipping it. There's no border on this bitch. It's burnt all the way around with fucking cheese and toppings. And like every inch of that thing is edible. And you ain't got to dip it in anything, you know, to get your money's worth. It's, divine fucking pizza. I have one of those every, 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I couldn't have them any more than that. They taste great, but after I'm done eating it, I'm almost in a regretting stage that I did eat it. So fuck me. 170 in the box, 93 Fonzies. Thank you. But to answer your question in the sticks, the first thing that I would say is you have to have some form of self-awareness. You must have some form of self-awareness. You have to understand that you're being used. You have to understand that the very relationship that you're in is a form of usury. You must understand that. For somebody to come along and pair up with you and partner up with you and proclaim that they have all the same rights and responsibilities as you, and then when they go a separate way from you, and it's typically them that pulls the trigger, somehow or another, you have to pay them for that. There's something wrong there. And it all starts with your willingness or their willingness to become involved with another person. And you know that the laws and the statutes that are on the books are heavily slanted in favor of females. We already know that. That's indisputable. No one can dispute that. And if they do, all you do is, it's like pishaw, fuck right off, because we know what you're talking about. You're just a punk. Driver Dad 71 checking in. Remember, ladies, you're on your own. I've got a bunch of videos to upload tonight and tomorrow to BitChute and to MGTOW TV. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start doing Hammer Classics. And I'm going to start uploading old videos so that we can watch them again. Or you can go to mgtowmirror.ru and watch them all you want. And probably about 300,000 more. Red Pill Pipe Hitter at Hammer. Good video on the coming reckoning and rolled right into the stream. All right, my man. Good. Whippy McWhippet. Spinny Wheel O' Death. Not anymore. I see we're a little behind in this. That's all right. Zool, all good. LC, in the sticks IRL. I wouldn't listen to that. I wouldn't listen at that age. Good luck. A lot of people won't. You can't tell them anything that they don't want to hear. You know, when I was that age, people tried to tell me certain things too. They were life truths. And those life truths were too harsh a pill to swallow. At that point in time, I couldn't do it. And I just refused to believe it. I would not believe it. So, yeah. Time in a bottle, I would prep and grow, and everybody that can do it needs to be doing it. Paul Loughran, the beard is growing fast. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's getting out there. Mr. Mayhem, sup, brethren, listen while exercising. Hot damn. So I went into the gym last night. We have a gym over at our terminal. So we have the option, we have gyms and showers over at our terminal. So when we park for the night and we're getting ready to come home, if we want to go jump, we can jump. If we're feeling froggy, we can jump in there and do our thing. Well, I reached over on the dumbbell rack. Dumbbells. I reached over to the dumbbell rack, and the heaviest ones that they got are 50s. And I'll try 50s. Oh, oh. And I know for a fact if I had sat there and done, I could have probably put in 6 sets of 20 on 50 pounders. So I know I can get up to 80 pounders easy. You know what the fucking funny part is about that? Is my chest, right? I don't have a very big chest. Right? As far as benching is concerned, I'm not very strong benching. My incline would probably be god awful. It'd be terrible. My standard bench is probably somewhere around 220. It's not that much. Not for somebody my size, right? But like, my tricep pull downs are 300. That's fucking insane. The backs of my arms and my middle back are massively overdeveloped. I really got to work on that shit. Reverend 20 Piece, good evening. What's up, Rev? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Red Pilled Mixed Breed. YouTube going after you again. Yeah, I know. I can see the fuckery. I was just on Social Blade before I jumped on the live here, looking at my numbers and shit, and yeah, you can tell. You can tell. LC, listen to the older people, Sticks. Well, there's no more respect for people that have lived a life, you know? There's no respect for them. And I'm not saying that they're entitled to it, but it would be a good idea. If you listen to somebody and you think that they're a buffoon and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or, you know, or they're all over the place, yeah, I can understand writing them off, you know, and not wanting to invest any time into that. But elders do not carry a big stick anymore, number one. And they're not listened to at all. They're dismissed, completely dismissed. They're little more than fucking garbage or baggage to people out here today. It just is what it is. Mr. Hemi 4-Speed, good to see you, Santa. Oh, man. Good to see you too, Mr. Hemi. Easter Incorporated. Hammerhand, baby. What's happening? You getting a little familiar, sir? Nothing. Just chilling, man. Just chilling. But getting back to Mr. Canada, $50,000 a month for somebody that you didn't live with, were not married to, didn't meet the requirements for common law, even in Canada, no kids, no shared assets, and this bitch is walking away with $50,000 a month. How can any man safeguard himself, his wealth, his assets, his kids? Anything that you bring into the marriage is subject to it. Anything that you make during the marriage is subject to it. Look at the crazy shit that's going on in California now. They're trying to pass a law now that they can come after you for a wealth tax if you've been out of the state for up to 10 years. You could leave California today, they could pass that law next year, and you would be liable to pay taxes in that fucking state on your income in another state for 10 years. You don't tell me what they aren't, because I know what they are. They are scumbags. They are Bolsheviks. They are full-blown communists, and every goddamn buddy knows it. And I'm glad to see that it's hitting the mainstream and that people are fucking saying it. I've never heard a president like Trump talk the way that he talks openly about Bolshevism. He said it. He said it in press conferences. Bolsheviks, Marxists, and communists. He said it all. So, yeah, he knows what's up. All the fucking gloves are off now, gang. All the gloves are off. All the masks have slipped. All the snakes have slipped their skin. Everybody is showing you their cards. So it's time to get busy. Ogre MGTOW. Good evening, Hammerhand. Good evening, Ogre. Good evening. Kyle De Silva. If you buffer, then YouTube can buffer these nuts. Bowl washer. Whippy McWhip. Time in a bottle. Chickens, good idea too, even if just a couple. Yeah, that's true. They can give you eggs. If you need meat, you can breed them and get meat. Rabbits, you know, I know it sucks, but I'm not talking about like house rabbits, like pet rabbits. I'm talking about like hares. Hares. There's a difference between a domesticated rabbit and a hare. Panzit O'Byhan Spaghetti. Did I get that right? Can't wait when we start taking each other back in the near, like talking to some professional thing like doctors, lawyers, CEO business. I don't understand what that means. I can't wait when we start talking each other back in the near, like talking some professional. I think something got left out there. You have to put that one on there again, Pansit. Sorry about that, brother. Shinobi one. Brother Time in a Bottle. I have 8 chickens growing, and I'm on my road to 100. And yes, I'm on a farm now. Gonna grow my own food too, but I will most likely trade chickens for whatever I need. There you go, man. There you go. Red pill mixed breed. Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. Yes, it is. Mr. Hemi, 4 speed. Ducks better than chickens. I don't know about that. Ducks are really oily. You know, the chickens aren't really oily. Ducks are really oily, and if you got a problem processing that type of thick oil, I mean, you could cook it off. Sure, you could cook it off. You know, you could put them on a fucking spit and just turn them, and then cook that off. But you know, I think chickens are easier to process. LC, it's theft on an epic scale. Yes, it is. Jawara D King, good shit, sir. Thank you, sir. A manly load at Hammerhand. Yeah, buddy. Was trying to find out what's wrong with my health officially. I already know. Playing games and having fun with friends. Taking a break. Yeah, man. And that's what you should do. When I get off of here tonight and I'm done with this, I'm gonna, you know, the room ain't looking too bad. It's looking all right. I got everything made up, but I think I'm going to clean up a little bit, put my freshly done laundry up, and just sit back for a few hours and think and relax and get the fuck offline. The very important mental health wise is to not be on this motherfucker 24/7. If you're looking for something to stimulate your mind and to help you start shitting red pills, then I understand. But if you're straight with what you're doing and you're not questioning what you're doing red pill wise, and you're not wavering with what you're doing red pill wise, then you should take some time off. Decompress, get offline and decompress. Don't watch anything, don't listen to anything or anybody, and just take a day, take 2 days, listen to some music, you know, don't watch any news stories or anything. It's fucking relentless bombardment of your senses now, and it's not gonna stop. It's not going to stop. The only way for you to get away from that is to turn it off, is to cut it off. Panzito Beyond Spaghetti. Hi, my fellow brothers. Hello, sir. Paul Laughlin, hit that like button. Thank you, gentlemen. The likes are coming up. 187 in the box, 119 Fonzies. Hey. Thank you, gents. I appreciate that. Jerry Shallowitz just got back from downtown Nashville. Hordes of women, not many men, seems to be the trend. Yeah, man. Yeah. I just got done posting part 5 of The Coming Juggernaut, the series that I'm working on right now. And I mentioned this. You can tell, even if they can't tell what's going on, why they're so fucky and so nervous. Everything that they have is built on bullshit. It's built on a lie. All of it. The legislation, equal rights under the law, blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit. It's bullshit. What happens when they got their equal rights under the law? What happened when they got the 19th Amendment installed? Did they have to suffer the same shit that we had to suffer? No. Are they subject to conscription to die in some faraway land? No. We traded that to have the right to own property and vote and determine the course of the country through our own politics, our own wants and needs, the way that individuals wanted to see the country go. And as the individuals start to pile up and they start to make a process and they start to make a claim, that's how you vote. That's why we vote. You see, it's a wonderful, wonderful system when you can count on it not to be corrupted. And I don't know what people are thinking when they decide that they're going to let millions of people flood across the border into this country from Canada, from the Caribbean, from overseas, from down south in Mexico, Guatemala, San Salvador, El Salvador, Panama, and they all run the fuck up here. They bring their politics with them. You see? And their politics are worse than the worst leftists in California, Washington, and Oregon. They're the abso-fucking-lute worst. They're the worst. They vote overwhelmingly left. They endorse the notion of hate speech. And they want gun control or no guns. They fled these areas because of these problems, because of these things that were forced on them, and then they bring those politics to the countries that they run to. Pretty crazy shit. Zool, that dude's situation is staggering. Monk mode is the safest mode, hands down. I agree with you 100%. MGTOW in the win, 50,000, I'd burn all my money and stop working. I'm going to tell you what, unless this guy he's a businessman. I know he's a businessman. But unless this fucking guy was making $1 million a year or something on that order, if I were in his shoes, I'd put it all in the middle of a fucking living room and I'd set fire to it before I'd give that motherfucker a cent. Look deep into these eyes and tell me that I'm lying. You will see Hammerhand on the fucking news, standing in front of a house, laughing maniacally with his hands in the air, and that motherfucker's gonna be on fire. I would burn it all before I would give up a fucking cent. By force. All of it. There's this cat in fucking England that did that. He burned his fucking house down after a divorce settlement. Congratulations to him. Zool, that dude's situation is staggering. I already said that. SCE, yes, it's disgusting. LC, I would move to another country. He might not be able to. You know, a lot of people were saying that you could just fucking pick up and move. That's not true. This guy's a worker, he's a businessman, so he's probably tied into the communities. It wouldn't be that easy for him to just liquidate shit and leave. You know, he would probably lose more than the $6 million that he's going to end up paying out over that 10 years. He's probably in a position where he could take the $6 million, stick it in an account, and she can just draw 50 grand or 52 grand every month as she needs it. It's just fucking staggering shit, staggering. Easter Incorporated, they each had kids from previous marriages from Toronto, according to the article. I remember reading something about that. This $50,000 trip, this is de facto relationship status, right? Pretty sure this had been the case in Australia for a while. That I don't know about. I don't know about that at all. Australia, especially Victoria, is fucking hell. It's hell right now. They're feminist hellholes. You think it's bad here? India, Pakistan, Canada, Australia, parts of Britain, it's just fucking awful. It's awful. Awful. Terrible. Time in a bottle. I found it very offensive trying to turn children against us. Well, motherfuckers do that, don't they? All right, gents, I'm going to put you back up here. I'll get back to the chat in just a minute. I'm going to put you up here and we're going to take a look at something. All right. Who is this shining star right here? Laura Bates. Now this article has been gone over, but I'm going to go over it again. See the little 1,591? That's like shares, right? So that's like not a lot. Laura Bates is talking and nobody is listening. But it is worthwhile to see what she is fucking saying. So, I'm going to read this to you. There has been an awakening. Changing the world, one man at a time. These are the dramatic words that appear when you visit MGTOW.com. In a video that looks a lot like an action movie trailer, the words are soon followed by 5 more words that appear to smash through the screen. Smoldering, fiery red. Men going their own way. She has a penchant for the dramatic, I'll tell you that. If you stumbled across this website and had never heard of men going their own way, MGTOW, before, you would probably assume this was a tiny, extreme movement. Now, why would you assume that? Why? Why would you assume that? You don't even know what the fuck's going on, so why would you assume that? She's an idiot. Yeah, she's an idiot. Hold on, let's get in here just a little bit. Yeah, hold on. Get that motherfucker over there. Can't wait for my studio to get set up. So yeah, why would you assume that? I don't understand that. That's kind of dumb. You would probably assume this was a tiny extreme movement, but you would only be half right. The views of MGTOW are indeed unorthodox, even within the sprawling web of groups, lifestyles, and cults known as the manosphere. You can tell that this bitch does not know what she's talking about. This is feminist speak. This is bitch think. This is what Chronic would call level 4 bitch think. And that's exactly what it is. Where women haters mobilize against a supposed gynocratic conspiracy. It's not supposed, we can prove it beyond any shadow of a doubt. And I don't know anybody that hates women as a species, as a sex. And I'm not saying that I never hated a bitch. I have definitely hated a bitch. Have you? I can almost guarantee you that most of you would say yes if you were honest with yourselves. But does that carry through to your everyday? Do you walk around every single day? I'm fucking bitches. I can't stand these bitches. Fuck, I hate a bitch. I just find that hard to believe. Rational, decent, normal people don't think this way. People that have been burned and drugged through the fucking mud and raked over the coals, yeah, they think that way, a lot of them. But they do get over it. While incels plot violent revenge on women, I wonder what Face LMS would say about that. I'm just curious what Face would say about that. I don't know any incels that plot violent revenge against women. That is not the definition of an incel. That is what this feminist piece of shit is injecting into this conversation via her own opinion and indoctrination. And pickup artists, PUAs, deploy predatory tactics to game women into having sex with them. The men of the MGTOW, that's a funny way to put that, attempt to eschew relationships with women altogether. They are literally going their own way, far, far away from any woman at all. What is the problem with that? Why is that an issue? Now, I don't like, and I've never liked the PUA tactic, the game, the frame. I've never liked that. I've always thought that it was disingenuous and dishonest. And that if you have to soft soap a bitch to get her into bed or to get into her pants, guess what? You're still doing it wrong. That's just my opinion, though. Get down here a little bit. Oh, I can't see through that big old bar. How about that one? There you go. Although some MGTOW maintain platonic relationships with women, I don't, and others have one-night stands or visit sex workers, many prefer to abstain from sex, a process referred to as going monk. That is about as shallow and inconsistent as you can get when you are describing a monk. I'm sorry to tell this broad, but she screwed the fucking pooch on that one. She really dropped the ball on that. And this is what happens when you have activists that are disguised as journalists that write columns for people that do nothing but produce hit pieces against fuckers that they don't like. That's what you end up with, this fucking stupid shit right here. This is too much for some members of the wider manosphere. The blogger Matt Forney, notorious for posts such as why fat girls don't deserve to be loved and the necessity of domestic violence. I've never heard of Matt Forney, so yeah, I don't know who that is. Wrote that men going their own way is no way for men to go, and mocked MGTOW as a cult for lonely virgins. Well, all that is somebody that's trying to get you to respond to them. How many times have I brought it to your attention, gentlemen, that when these people come at you, they're not coming at you to debunk you because they can't debunk you. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they're trying to get a result. You see, and typically if they can get somebody to lash out at them, which is what they want, then they can monetize that lashing out. They can put it in an article. They can blast it all over the web. They can smear you and MGTOW with it. And believe me, you see how modern politics works right now? That's exactly what will happen. And it's only going to get worse as time goes forward with this. But this isn't an obscure internet cul-de-sac. MGTOW.com alone has almost 33,000 members. Its forums, for men only, contain conversations on more than 50,000 topics with more than 790,000 replies. That's not a hell of a lot of replies, to be honest. I mean, it's really not. And we all kind of know MGTOW.com is in trouble. They have been heavily infiltrated and subverted. So don't waste your time going to MGTOW.com. It's unfortunate because I think it started out as a great thing, but it's not a great thing anymore. Oh, the site also lists 25 video channels between them. These have more than 730,000 followers, and their videos have been viewed a total of 130 million times. Well, I think that these numbers are off because Sandman has 93 million views by himself. So I think that these numbers are a little bit fucky. Over on YouTube, one of the best known MGTOW vloggers, who goes by the name Sandman, has racked up more than 90 million views for videos with titles ranging from "Smart Men Don't Get Married" to "Criticize Her and She Will Destroy Your Career." Is that wrong? I'm just curious. I don't think it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's absolutely true. The MGTOW philosophy is elaborately laid out on the MGTOW.com website, which summarizes it as a statement of self-ownership, where the modern man preserves and protects his own sovereignty above all else. I still don't hear nothing wrong. Drawing on snippets of quotes and newspaper clippings, the site claims that MGTOW dates back to great men, including Schopenhauer, Beethoven, Galileo, and even Jesus Christ. Women are essentially portrayed as parasites riding on the coattails of men who have throughout history been responsible for far greater miracles of science, discovery, and human endeavor. By shaking women off, it is explained men will be free to pursue even higher achievement. So I still don't see anything wrong. I mean, you can't prove otherwise, right? It doesn't come down to the old argument of can you prove Jesus exists or can you disprove Jesus exists. You know, it's demonstrably false to say that women are equal to men. Under the eyes of the law, you have equality. In all other facets, they are inferior. Plain and simple. They're inferior. And because they give men a really good feeling for about 30 seconds and they satiate men during sexual intercourse or sexual play, men give them a lot more credit than they deserve. Now, that's just my opinion, gentlemen. But you get the idea, right? You get the basic idea. I felt like that was interesting and kind of needed to be hit just a little bit. Other guys in the manosphere, that toxic cult-like manosphere, have covered it. And they did it far more justice than I just did. But I thought that was pretty interesting. Monk Mode, Zool knows. Oh, yeah. Shinobi One, Brother, Reverend 20-Piece Brother, Mr. Mayhem. Magnetic at Hammerhand. Time for him to immigrate. Yeah, man. Yeah. Kyle De Silva, I'm pretty sure the system is driving everyone, women, men, children, to destruction. It doesn't matter. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Kyle. You're not wrong. That is what's going on. Jawara D. King, horse shit. Yes, sir. Or dog shit. Maybe that's a dog. I don't know. Shinobi one. Brother Monk Mode and Brother IC. I think that's IC or LC. Easter Incorporated, the bitch quit her job and he bought her a $7,000 ring. Yeah, man, we see that shit a lot. I was just watching a story here not too long ago about a cat that bought this bitch, his fucking ex, bought his ex a car that he had to get a second job to pay off. And I'm like, why? And he had a red pill brother that was talking to him. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, I mean, I just want to make sure that she's getting around and that everything's good for her. He's like, why? Well, I mean, that's the mother of my kids. I said, so what? So that's the mother of your kids. Big fucking deal. I mean, how do you justify the usury that you're putting yourself through? How do you justify that? How do you justify working 90 fucking hours a week, getting no sleep, being ragged out all the time for the next 2 years to pay off a fucking car, and she's already gone? Well, it's for my kids. So all you got to do is take your kids. Okay, if she can't support the kids, you take the kids. Because you're doing okay. You can support the kids, right? Well, yeah. Well, then do that. Do that. It's not going to be nearly as difficult for you to do as it will be for her to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going to have trying times. Kids do that. But duality reality. I'd rather go to jail. You're goddamn right. LC Kiwis under the iron thumb. That's right. Jacinda Ardern is her name. Is that her name? Jacinda Lucinda, something like that. That crazy motherfucking feminist minister of y'all's. God damn, boy. I remember listening to that broad speak right after Christchurch. And I was like, yep, all them New Zealanders are in trouble. They're in trouble. Red pill mixed breed. Peace, quiet, and freedom is the way for me. Well, man, it's hard out here to get any one of those. It's difficult to get any one of those. There's a lot of people out here, bro. And there's a lot of people out here that don't give a fuck about anything or anybody, about themselves. They don't care about nothing. They just don't. Almost 1 hour. 1 hour on this here stream. 210 in the box. 147 Fonzies. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. A manly load. Hashtag go monk. Goddamn right. Mr. Hemi for speed. 50,000 a month equals hockey mask time. If you're making $1 million a year, does it? I don't know, man. You know, that accumulation of wealth, it has its hooks in everybody. If you're making a shit ton of money, if $50,000 a month turned out to be 1/18 of your annual income, you know, would you go hockey mask time to lose $50,000 when you're making $1 million? I don't know. I wasn't necessarily protesting the amount, although the amount is fucking obscene. It's obscene. It's ridiculous. That's some cartoon land shit. You know, I protest the fact that the guy did nothing wrong. He didn't get into any entanglements with this fucking broad. He did everything right. She didn't ask for anything. It was just awarded to her. What the fuck is that? That's a rhetorical what the fuck is that? You know what that is. That's the state, and that's tyranny. It's a redistribution of wealth. It's what all of these leftists and far leftists want. I mentioned in a video a couple of videos ago that at least $1 trillion of wealth transfer has taken place over the last 4 or 5 years. When you take into account just the high-profile divorces, just the people, the fuckers that you see on television, all over the world, not just here in the United States, but all over the world, $1 trillion of wealth has been transferred from men who built it to women who fucked them. It doesn't matter how slick you think you are, gentlemen. It doesn't matter if you use an alias, if you use the pump and dump strategy. It doesn't matter. Oh, and that's another thing. If you use an alias with a woman and you get into her pants, they are now trying to call that rape. They're trying to call that assault. You have obtained something by false pretenses. I don't know. I wouldn't do it anyways. I have no interest in that slimy, shellless clam. Like somebody's asshole dropped out and got kicked around in the dirt. Reverend 20 Piece at SCE. Good to see you, man. Happy to see you doing well, my friend. Kyle De Silva, right. Questions require answers. They always do. Whippy McWhippet, de facto relationship and marriage are the same. Well, in the eyes of the law, according to this ruling, it's the fucking same. So what that means is stay away from them. Stay away from them. Get a hold of your fucking biology. Get a hold of what's driving you. When you see, look, hold on. Let me back this bitch up. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. When love stories meant something. When you get a hold of a woman out here, right? And when you see her, and it's like, and she turns you on, right? And you're feeling them feelings. And you're like, oh, man, I want to go talk to her, man. Let me buy her something. And you start going down that path. You have to get it in your head instantly, immediately, that she's under the same umbrella of laws that they've all been under. Since it happened, since the 19th, since no-fault divorce. Okay? You don't know her. And if she's under 50 years old, she's probably going to be a feminist dog. That's just what they are. They have been born into this. They have grown up with it. They saturate themselves with it. They marinate in it. You can't separate one from the other. Don't ever try to convince yourself that you can talk them out of their nature. It's foolish. It's foolish. And you will reap the benefit of the fool when you do that. Because they're going to get wise to what you're trying to do. They're going to open them legs up and let you get in there. But you ain't getting out. Hotel California, bitch. You can check out, but you can never leave. Monk Farmer's up, men. Welcome to Getting Screwed. Oh, I don't do that no more, sir. Zool at Monk Mode, I tip my hat to you, sir. MGTOW in the wind. It will be about 5 years. Reverend 20 Piece at Shinobi Wan. What is up? Happy Saturday, sir. Me and Mr. Blue 1957. Hello, Hammer. I live in Western Kentucky and also pilot an 80,000-pound death missile. Oh, man. Love your content, my brother. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that a lot. We've got a couple of brothers out there. Piotr, he is also a pilot. Quiet Earp is also a pilot. We got a few of them out there. I know I'm missing one. And he can slap me around a little bit later and remind me. I know I'm missing one. Monk Farmer, COVID is a joke. Now, COVID is a political weapon. I don't care that Trump and the First Lady came down with it. With all of the shit that he's doing and the people that he's exposed to, yeah, man. He was going to get something at some point in time. I found it interesting that, what the fuck is that moderator's name? Oh, I can't remember that goddamn guy's name. The Fox guy that everybody thought was going to be awesome. It was not awesome. He was like the lead blocker for Biden for the whole debate. He admitted that he did not follow protocol for the COVID shit, that he broke protocol. So there's part of it. What is that? Stillabees? Hi, Hammerhand. Sorry if I got that wrong, brother. What's up, man? How you doing? Shinobi-wan. Here in Kiwi land, they want to legalize killing people. Just wait until they come by houses and kill everyone for money. That sounds a little far-fetched. But I bet you're not wrong. I watch how these motherfuckers in Australia and in New Zealand manhandle these women about masks. I find it funny and ironic, and they just did it over here at a ball game in Kentucky to a girl. All these fucking guys just sitting around, right? Nobody's fucking raising a finger. Ladies, be careful what you wish for. Just saying. Find it funny, ironic, sad, heartbreaking that women are the only ones out here that are not taking this shit lying down, and that they're the ones that are getting mowed over, just run over by agents of the state. Law enforcement, nowhere in the term law enforcement does it say protect and serve for people. It says law enforcement. Look, you can know all the cops that you want to know. They can be the greatest people in the world when they have that badge and that uniform off and they're on the barbecue and they're cooking and they're grilling and they're fucking fishing or they're shooting or they're doing what. They can be the greatest people in the world. But when they put the badge on, when they put the uniform on, they're an enforcement officer. And guess what that means? That means that they're clean up. They ain't there to protect you. They ain't there to protect and serve. They're there to enforce the law. And if these goons who run your local and state governments make it mandatory to wear a mask and these fucking cops catch you out and about and they decide to get froggy, guess what they're going to try to do? They're going to try to enforce the mask wearing. How many people do you think that's going to work on? They can rough these bitches up. They can manhandle the women. How many men do you think are going to tolerate that? That won't get shot to death, in self-defense. Imminent threat to the police, right? Come on, man. Give me a fucking break. These cops don't have any problem smoking your ass off. They have no problem with it. Nee, 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 nee. SCE Rev, not gonna lie, it hurts like a motherfucker, but you just gotta push through the pain, brother. Yeah, you do, man. When I went in for a gallbladder back in 2009, and your gallbladder is about that big, maybe a little bit bigger. That's about how big your gallbladder is. My gallbladder was about that big, and about that fucking big around. When I rolled over at night, I could feel that fucker stab me in the side from the inside. So it was gnarly. I got to a point where I passed a stone that was as big as my fucking thumb. And it plugged up and it didn't unplug. They did a terrible job getting it out. They slashed me under my solar plexus. They glued the motherfucker shut. I had eight fucking holes in my abdomen for a laparoscopic procedure. A laparoscopic procedure, right? 8 fucking holes, and you're only supposed to have 3. They left my abdominal wall open underneath my belly button, so you can push in there. I don't herniate, luckily, but you can, if you get right under that belly button and you push in there, your thumb's gonna go down to my fucking asshole. If you push hard. If you ever push that hard on me, I'm gonna shoot you. But I'm just saying. But yeah, man, 40 minutes after that operation, I was up walking around. I had to. I knew that I had to. I knew that if I sat in bed and didn't get up and get used to the goddamn pain, that I was going to have a hard recovery. So I went in, woke up, got up, and just started doing the fucking thing. Vention's doing it. SCE's doing it. Those are goddamn men. Those are men. Those are fucking a whole bag of nuts. Those are men. And I appreciate the shit out of them. Now, for those of you that have been through this and did not do it, I don't hold it against you. When they put a bag of morphine up there and they give you your own little drip control, bitches are like, zzz, 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 and you're like, what? If that's what you got to do, okay. If you got to spend an extra week on your back, okay. I didn't want to do that, so I did not do that. Michael McKinney, Hammerman. What's up, Michael? How you doing, brother? How you doing? Freddie, you, Edge of the Abyss. Yeah, man. Yeah. But that's all right. The Abyss and myself are old friends. Sergio, the Christian. Hello, brothers and Hammerhand. Hello, Sergio. Good to see you, my friend. Red Pill Mixed Breed, indeed. Zool at Shinobi Wan. How are they selling that idea? I don't know what that conversation is about, so I'm not going to fuck with it. MGTOW Farmer. All my brothers are in the live. Man, we got a lot of hitters in this motherfucker, man. 221 in the box. Thank you, gentlemen. 159 Fonzies. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Michael McKinney, SCE. How's it going, man? It's going pretty good for him. It hurts like hell, I'm sure. He'll tell you that. Shinobi One, Yo Whippet McWhippet, North Island man. Paul Butala, this relationship to court is just an example of the expanded power of the courts, family courts. There will not be any push. There will not be any pushback until something profoundly major happens. I have a couple of points on that. I think the first one is I don't see 100,000 men marching to Washington and demanding that Title 4D be stricken. I just don't see it. It would make me proud. I would be so proud, I think I would fucking bust. That it would make me so proud to see 100,000 men stand up for themselves and stand up for all the men that are being wronged and shit on out here in this system. But I don't think that's going to happen. Do I want to see it happen? Yep. Would I participate in it in a fucking minute? Absolutely. Yes, I would. Do I think men have the courage to do it? I'm not sure. See a lot of courageous guys out there, man. A lot of courageous men out there. But it seems like a lot of that courage is misplaced. They do it for the wrong reasons. You know? I don't know. The second thing that I'd like to talk about with that one is the collapse of the welfare state. Don't make no mistake about it, gang. The welfare state is in collapse. It's in collapse right now when the United States of America is borrowing money from foreign governments. Oh my God, what a disaster. What a disaster. We've got what? Headed towards $28 trillion on the debt clock of fake fiat currency. How the fuck can you have a debt clock with fake money? I don't know. It's a big fucking shell game to me. It's like the United States is the Bernie Madoff of the world. It's fucked up. It is so fucking bizarre. It's so weird that people don't understand this shit. But as far as the collapse of the welfare state, it's already collapsing. It's well underway. Well underway. So I think that has a higher likelihood of happening first before men actually get their fucking balls up. And no disrespect, no shaming when I say that, before men actually stand up for themselves in unison, in mass, and they say, look, we have to have this happen. This has got to happen in order for this species and this planet to move forward. The people that are up there, the people that are out there, all the movers and the shakers and all of those money handlers, they don't want that. Their whole goddamn existence is built on usury. Everything is built on usury. Everything. So, you know, you know. Easter Incorporated. Ontario law states that unmarried couple are common law, even if they don't live together. That's the bare. Well, how do you prove that there was a relationship? On somebody's say so? So some bitch could walk up and say, yeah, I've been in a relationship with this guy for X amount of months, days, years? You know? Come on, give me a fucking break. That's so nebulous it doesn't even make sense. I'm not doubting you, Easter. I believe you when you say that. That's the bare bones of it. And to think I used to chase these hoes when I lived there. No shit. For some reason, everybody thinks that they want to get one of them Toronto or Edmonton, you know, or Ontario hoes. And I'm like, why? Why? Why would anybody want to do that? Ding, 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 ding. Trying to find us a comment here to get on with there, gentlemen. But I don't think that we're going to do. MGTOW in the Wind, I did a video on that. I'll have to check that out. Zool, at Shinobi-wan, you mean to the people passing laws? Yes. Jiwara D. King, MGTOW Dictionary. What? About what? Is he back on the scene again? Is our biggest fan back on the scene again? Bonfire Beacon. This story reminds me of the one that from 2012 when that guy from Canada left for the Philippines because his wife divorced him just because she wanted to with 4 kids too. Just because, I don't know about that. I remember hearing something like that. I know, you mean when he came back? I remember hearing about the guy that came back and he got fucking arrested and he got sued and they awarded her like $100,000 or $80,000 worth of child support. Very fucking nasty shit. Michael McKinney, bitter old divorced men. I've never been married. Most of us weren't. My guy, most of us weren't. That's just somebody trolling the Urban Dictionary and just trying to be a fucking doofus. Hill Bill, good evening, fellas. What's up, sir? How you doing? How you doing? Successful endeavors. What a crock of pure bullshit. Real MGTOW Luigi. That clown MGTOW Dictionary is a closet feminist trying to take over the movement with his bullying. Well, it is not a movement. So, minor correction. It's not a movement. MGTOW is a philosophy. The philosophy's out there. It sits there. It waits for you. It doesn't recruit. It waits for you. Men find MGTOW. MGTOW don't find men. It's just that simple. And I didn't know that fucking guy was still around. Not that I keep tabs or anything. Steel Billies. I think that's what that... Man, I can't even see that correctly. Steel Billies. Oh, fuck it. Haters gonna hate. Yes, they are. Bridges don't fly. Not sure what you meant by that. I don't know what you're talking about there, Bridges. LC, never married, no kids here, just aware. Abso-fucking-lutely. Sergio the Christian, the left are great at making up new words. Well, yeah. Yeah, they are. They are. They're very good at pitting normal, decent people against one another. Very good. Shinobi one. Zool, I think it's because we have very high suicide rates and they'd rather save money and kill people than keep us alive. Well, if you're not any good, if you're not contributing the way that they want you to, then what would be your answer to that? Think about what you would do. How many people even watching this stream reach out to help a brother when that brother's in trouble? You know, there's a lot of folks that don't, and they can't, for some strange reason, they cannot get to a point where they can see this guy suffering in their head, and they can't part from $20. You know, just the number of subs on my channel, right? And coming back here, it's a very small channel. You know, if everybody donated $5, right? Like these fucking whores get for all of these ethot channels, and you put that toward a brother that needed the fucking help. That's just staggering. It does so much, but it doesn't involve a lot of self-gratification. It doesn't involve a lot of validation. You have to be capable of validating yourself with such a maneuver, you know? Now, I'm not saying you should be all about validation to yourself all day long. I think that's unrealistic. It's kind of silly, in my opinion. But shit, man. You know? Michael McKinney, gonna thought. J.S. Hansen, a bit off topic, but who here believes that Trump really has the Wuhan surprise? I don't know if he does or not, to be honest with you. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a shell game. Excuse me. Wouldn't surprise me if it was a shell game. He kind of does that. It wouldn't surprise me if he's got it. You know, as much as he moves around and as adamant as he has been about trying to keep his sovereignty, it wouldn't surprise me. But how many people out there have it and they don't even know they've got it? Good question, right? I mean, Boris Johnson over in the UK ended up with it, so they say. A lot of MEPs over there in Parliament, they ended up with it. There's a lot of world leaders that have contracted it. I didn't see nothing. Where is that? Christopher Brett Sherman. Hey, man. Glad to see you doing well. Absolutely. Shinobi one. Zool. I think it's because we have a very high suicide rate. I already read that one. Ding, 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 ding. Steel Billies. Let the haters be blue-pilled and get divorce graped. Yeah. Look, I mean, if these guys want to go down that road, there's not going to be a lot you can do to stop them. You know, you have to have some common sense, and you have to have a willingness to look at things from outside of your own perspective. And there's not too many folks out here that can do that. That doesn't mean that you float around in space and that you're divorced from reality. It means that you understand what your reality is, and you do the best that you can do to accommodate that reality and what you want to make of it. Kyle De Silva, Juggernaut series was amazing. Well, thank you very much, sir. I think some people would call it trash. Other people like it. So, just depends on the person. But I don't think that series is done. I think we're going to put a couple of more in that series. Michael McKinney, g'day, Matt. Jackknife 1%er. What up, Monk? Nothing, man. Chilling. Did my fucking chat start over? I'm going to be so pissed off if my chat started over. Oh, man, it did. That pisses me off. All right, well, we're going to go to the fucking bottom of the new chat. So how about fuck that shit? Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Zool. Selfishness is tied into human nature, unfortunately, and modern society supports it. Yeah. Well, I think it goes beyond just support, Zool. I think it goes beyond support. It's an absolute maniacal need. It's a need. It's not just a want anymore. It's a need to prove that. Oh, and Zool, speaking of which, did you see that Vince Clortho got punched in the fucking face by a feral New Yorker? Yeah. Goddamn Rick Moranis. Vince Clortho, the keymaster, got fucking cold-cocked out on his morning walk. Some fucking cunt just walks up and fucking socks him and knocks him over. This guy lost his wife to cancer, quit Hollywood to raise his kids to be a good dad, and this is what waits for him, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not crying too many tears. He's got more money than I'll ever see, but that's not going to stop you from getting fucking sheared off. Fuck all of that. Just crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Lord, SOS 91. When you disappear, everyone looks for you. But when you're in plain sight, you're invisible. Ghost, baby. Ghost. M. Bear, false positive. It might be. It might be. Okie MGTOW at Duality Reality. Thank you. Dork Vader. Shinobi One, did you know Jacinda Ardern's father is a Freemason? Feminazi Slayer. Hammer, it's fake. No virus. Let it go. Can't say that. I can't say that. I absolutely 100% believe that COVID-19 exists. I do not believe that the reaction to COVID-19 is organic. It's planned. It's what they wanted. It wouldn't surprise me at all that our government, some factions of it, worked with China to make sure that it got over here. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Not one little bit. You heard all of these raging liberals. The one that I'll quote you right now is Bill Maher. We can debate this all day long, but I really think that if the economy fails, that'll be enough to push Trump out of office. They were savagely rooting for the economy to fail. Best thing that they had ever seen, best thing that I've ever seen as economically here in this country. It didn't do much for my bottom line, but you know. Tim S. What is that tattoo on your arm? What tattoo? I don't see no tattoo. Duality Reality. Hi, at MGTOW Live. Hope you are oh, this one right here? That one? I'll explain that someday. Maybe. The Gilded Age Phoenix. The timing is suspect. Highly fucking suspect. I have a feeling they gave him a faulty test. He got a false positive and they eliminate him in the hospital and claim it as a COVID death. It's entirely possible. I can't say that it's not possible with all of the fucking shit that's going on. You know how many people would raise eyebrows with something like, oh, really? Really? They would do that to you, man, all day long. And all of the shit that has come out over the last 15 or 25 years, they would have done that about that. And I think that's a big part of having an open mind. You must have an open mind. You have to be able to think outside the box, and so few people are able to do that. Don Smith, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it or COVID because it's not real. Well, I don't believe that. Like I said, I believe that COVID-19 as a viral strain is real. I believe that it's real. I don't believe that the reaction to it is real. The reaction to it is coordinated and political. You know, these deaths that are being publicized and pushed and politicized, those certainly aren't fake. I happen to know somebody that has COVID as a mortality marker on their death certificate. You know, Bob Lazier, longtime IndyCar participant. They said that he died from COVID. Now, Bob Lazier was also in his fucking 80s. He was in his 80s. It's funny that the average age of the elderly that dies from COVID is they're in their 80s. The average life expectancy is 75. So it's like you got COVID and you gained 5 years. It's fucking crazy, man. Crazy shit. Time in a bottle. It's the flu. Well, it's some degree of flu. Yeah, I agree with you. MGTOW Live. What's up, Hammer? Nothing, man. Nothing. Just chilling. Shinobi One. Ew. Freemasonry. I did not. Dark Vader or Dork Vader. Which one was it? Dork Vader or Dark Vader? Charles Riston. Antibodies are different from a virus. I know. KD at Hammerhand. Congrats on the great stream. Well, thanks, man. I don't know about great, but, just sitting there doing it, chilling. Timothy Sokol, Agenda 21 and or Agenda 2020. And there's one for the 30s, too. 2035, isn't it? Or 2031, something like that. MGTOW Live, Doctor, I'm better than okay. And Dorian Nationalist, at Duality Reality, I will sub. Thanks for the heads up. Lord SOS91, how's it going at Reaper? The proper lad, at Hammerhand, born in the 80s, single-parent matriarch, born, raised on the plantation, draft card 1A to the class war. Fucking A. Fucking A. The Gilded Age Phoenix, they can use it as a means of circumventing his Supreme Court pick and upsetting the election. Well, they're going to do anything in the fucking world that they can do. They're going to do anything that they can do. Kryptos Logos, Hammer, the reason they call it a movement all the time is because women don't know how to be philosophical. I can agree with you on that. But more than that, if they can call it a movement and make that stick, if they can get people to like acquiesce to that as, oh, okay, it's a movement, you know, instead of it being a set of philosophies, if they can get people to admit that it's a movement, you can actually criminalize it. You can criminalize it. You could use RICO on it. Look up RICO, capital RICO laws. Look that up and see how that applies to MGTOW if MGTOW were to admit and say, yes, this is a movement. It's not, obviously, it's a philosophy, right? Plain and simple. It is a philosophical journey. And you can do it or not do it. And it doesn't apply to females. You see, that to me, I think for them is the most damnable part. That's the part that they cannot fucking stand. They cannot abide by it. And they've been trying like hell to get in. And I'm going to tell you, from my own point of view, if I find out that you're abroad and you're fronting, or you're catfishing, or you're trying to get close to me, and you're acting like a guy, I will ferret you out. I will sniff you out. And I will excommunicate you. Plain and simple. And I'll make it known to everybody that matters who you are. This philosophy is not for you. This philosophy does not exist for women. It does not exist to coddle women's feelings. You understand? I hope that everybody gets that. I have seen this unfortunate tendency of some of our brothers here in the not too distant past to admonish men for speaking their minds in a man's space. That's how fucking far we have fallen. That's how far we've fallen. And these brothers got big channels. Big channels. And you got the nerve, the audacity, the balls to say, well, if you don't want to do it my way, you can just jump off this channel that you helped build. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? YouTube. We built this. We built this. And then somebody comes along and says, well, we don't like you. So they start promoting Brie Larson and fucking Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. And they start promoting all of these fucking suckers, all of these people that are exactly the reason that a platform like this exists. Because nobody wants to deal with those motherfuckers. There is more than one way to get your stuff out there, to get your face out there, to get your images out there, to get your thoughts and your philosophies out there, unless you're going through the mainstream. And then you ain't going to get nothing out unless they want it out. Plain and simple. Very, very clear what's going on out here. Very, very clear. Doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. These people are going to push forward with these agendas to their deaths, to the detriment of their companies, to the detriment of the brands. Does not make a difference to them. They are all in. When people say this is slowing down, man, I mean, they'll go, oh, look, we're going to win over here with Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars. No. Mandalorian's hot, man. Nah. No. The Mandalorian, just as an example, is mediocre as fuck. Is it reasonably entertaining? Yeah. But it's still mediocre as fuck. And the only reason that people are having such a strong positive reaction to it is because almost everything that came before it, since 2012, has been fucking straight garbage. Just a goddamn dumpster fire. You ever seen polluted water catch on fire? That's what Star Wars is for Disney. That's why people have that positive reaction. 218 in the box, man! 186 Fonzies. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. It's awesome. One Fastdak 47. I hope I got that right. One Fastdak 47. Great show. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, brother. Stone Reaper, going to SOS. Going good SOS. How are you? Sweet, man. Feminazi Slayer. The flu is from EMF poisoning, just like every other flu, and COVID is a frequency too. Well, maybe. Maybe. I can't say that it's not. I don't think that we know nearly enough about how our bodies and biological life forms react to electromagnetic interference, electronic interference in particular. I can definitely see how it would cause cellular degradation, cellular breakdown. I can definitely see that. Crazy shit. Juan Munoz. Hey, Hammerhand. What's up, Juan? How you doing? Sweet Padre at MGTOW Life. Greetings. Greetings. MGTOW Life on the beach with a coffee frappe. That sounds fucking awesome, man. One Fastdak 47. Hi, Hammer. What's up, man? How you doing? One more again. Charles Ristone. It's coming. MGTOW is going nowhere. No, man. MGTOW is not going anywhere. These people that try to chase this manifestation, right? They try to put a face to it. They try to do all of the dumb shit. Like when they tried to contact Paul Elam and Sandman here a couple of weeks ago. Old Dr. Phil McGraw, right? He ain't no fucking doctor. He's a stooge. He ain't no doctor. He's just some fucking knucklehead that gets up there and belches out that gynocentric common sense. It's common sense to them. It's not common sense to real people. It's common sense to all of these fucking cardboard cutout NPCs. It's not common sense. It's faux bullshit is what it is. And then they just do the best that they can to dirty you up. They don't have to kill you on fucking screen there. They don't have to kill you in the TV taping. All they have to do is cast doubt. All they have to do is say, do you believe in white supremacy, Mr. MGTOW man? That's all they've got to do. That's it. And as soon as you say, well, no, I disavow, then they're going to go get some guy on some fucking island 10 years ago that says, I'm MGTOW. Fuck everybody but whites. And then they're going to hold that up to you. And then they're going to put you in the position of trying to battle that instead of saying what MGTOW is. And you notice that these people are fucking obfuscating everything. Everything. You really have to have your head on a swivel if you're going to talk to one of them. People take them at face value, and people out here are very dismissive about how effective these measures are. These people are experts at this shit. I said this in a video a while ago. These people are survivors in a brutal medium that has had sole control of the narrative for 60 years, and they've been entrenched for 150 years. You don't think that they're soft, do you? Do you? Because they're not. They're not soft. And they don't give a fuck about what you think MGTOW is and why MGTOW benefits you. They're going to tell you straight up that MGTOW is a detriment to them. That's why they want you on a show, is to demonize you, to dirty you up, to vilify you, to turn you into a piece of fucking trash. That's what they want. I won't give them that. I thought that it was a mistake for John to go on CNN. If you're going to go on a show, go on something where it's at least neutral ground. At least neutral ground. Have a male interviewer. It was obvious that it was going to be a fucking horror show with somebody like Lisa Ling. John did not, I think, fully appreciate his predicament when he got on CNN. I don't think that he appreciated what was going to happen to him. The fact that they had a 45, near 50-minute talk, and they used 4 minutes of that talk. He didn't give him anything to hang him with, but what did it do? It did nothing. They took what they considered to be the face of online MGTOW, and they punched it in the fucking face. They punched him in the fucking face. Then they put him on a plane back to wherever and never mentioned anything again. That's pretty fucked up. Pretty fucked up. And I think it's short-sighted for people to become involved with this media out here. This media out here is fucking jerky. Sucks. Sean Doherty, just lurking. Class 7 sewing, look up gray rock method of communication. It's nomenclature in the psychology community. It's dealing with manipulative people. That sounds interesting. Duality, reality. It's time for men to be selfish. I agree. And I think that that's a big reason why MGTOW is taking off. Not because people are overtly and like devilishly selfish, but because they're starting to recognize just how far in the fucking hole they are, because they keep ignoring their own needs to try to satisfy somebody else to get to a point where they think they want to be and they never actually get there. You know? For me, it was like that. I always thought that I wanted to be in that particular spot. The woman, the kids, the house, the fucking cats, live happily ever after. It's tripe. It's tripe. It's garbage. And people will look you dead in the face and say, oh, but you're just bitter. You have no proof. And then all you have to say is, how many people get married every year on average? Before the bottom fell out, it was about 1 million. Well, in that same 12 months, every year, 800,000 of them were getting divorced. That's massive. It's massive. It's an 80% failure rate. If you tried to take that as a business model and sell it to somebody, they'd laugh you out of the fucking room. It won't happen. Anybody that fronts up on you and says, you know, I got a proposition for you, man. I think I'd like to present this business model of mine. It's got an 80% failure rate, but we can do some good with it. What do you think's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. The hidden MGTOW. What up, Monk Master Flex? Look at that. LOL. Love these AMA style chill streams, brother. Hey, man, I love them too. I think that the chill stream is awesome. And eventually you won't see my fucking bed back here. It'll be a studio. But that's still going to take a little bit of time to get it squared away. Zool. Yes, that was an understatement. Magnetic. Once the juggernaut gets momentum, nothing can stop him. And that's exactly why I called it the coming juggernaut. The coming juggernaut for humanity at large, it's going to be brutal. And it's going to be painful. It's going to stink. It's going to stack bodies in the fucking street. But when everything gets sorted out, when it all gets shook out, the powers that be, they're going to be shook. They're not going to be there anymore. You know? I know some folks are going to look at you and they're going to say, when I say something like that, they're going to say, that's bullshit. Man, they could just drop a nuke on you. No, they can't. No, they can't. It doesn't work like that. You see, you don't irradiate your homeland. You have nowhere else to go. You know? And even if you did, you don't irradiate one of the biggest mineral and mining depositories on planet Earth. You just don't. You can't. Plain and simple. You can't do it. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of nasty shit. I hope I don't have to live through it. I hope something like this doesn't happen until my son's an old graybeard, ready to check out. I wouldn't want him to go through it. I wouldn't want anybody to go through it. But these people seem fairly determined to push us to that point. And I've got some awesome shit that I can't wait to fire. Can't wait. I mean, I don't want to fucking puff people full of fucking lead and stainless steel balls, but, you know, I mean, if you're fucking begging for it, kind of gonna get it. You know, it is what it is, man. KD, gents, keep your body, mind, and soul right. This is the key to fighting everything negative in the world, including COVID. I believe that goes a long way, brother, long way. Bonfire Beacon, at Feminazi Slayer, more and more I research, the more I think you are correct. Matt Downer. Later, bros. See you later, Matt. Be good, brother. Peace out, man. Sorry that you had to take off. I know it's late in other places of the world. Feminazi Slayer, they know what the God genome is, and this new vaccine will change your DNA and sever the God connection, making anyone who gets it miss the rapture. I thought the rapture was already supposed to have happened. Charlie Juliet, he sucker punched an old dude. Yeah, he did, man. He was a piece of shit, a feral fucking New Yorker, ironically, with a shirt that says, I love New York. And he knocks out fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You know? Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. 3 Jacks. Hey, Hammer, I watched your new vid on the Juggernaut. Do you really think welfare is going away? If that's the case, you're right, we have problems. Yes, I do think welfare is going away. Welfare is an enormous social and societal siphon and cancer. Yes, I do think welfare is going away. We simply can't afford to keep doing what we're doing. I can't tell you that it's going to happen tomorrow or in a year or in 4 years. I don't know. But if we're borrowing, which there's no if, we are borrowing money from other countries now to fund these societal and civic programs. These entitlement programs is what they are. This isn't for the elderly or the infirmed or the less fortunate. This is for able-bodied fucking people that can't get out of bed in the morning. This is for able-bodied people that just don't feel good in the crowd. Oh, I gotta pay for that? I have to pay for that? Are you fucking serious? You kidding me, man? 234 in the fucking box. Man. Thank you, gentlemen. 211 Fonzies. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate that. I really do. Yes, I do think that welfare is going to be one of the first things on the firing line. I think that welfare is either going to be radically restructured or it's just going to go bankrupt. We simply can't afford the welfare state. We can't afford the welfare problems anymore. It's been going hard for 60 fucking years. You know, we're dumping trillions of dollars into a bottomless pit. That problem of welfare never goes away. It never goes away. So yeah, I do think, I don't think that, fuck that. I know that it's unsustainable. It simply cannot continue the way that it's going. We'll see how it shakes out. Zool, yeah, I saw that, really sad. He's a rare person for the environment he is in. Yeah, he is. Jim Sheldon, gray man. Gray or silver? I don't know. There's some silver in there. Talking to me? Maybe you're talking to me. I don't know. Time in a bottle. The vax is the mark of the beast. Well, they all are to an extent. Feminazi Slayer, I said months ago Trump will get the virus and he will take the vaccine live on TV just like Elvis. Well, you did. And with all of the people that are out here swearing on a stack of Bibles that they're not taking no fucking vaccine, yeah. But then also you have Pfizer and another major pharmaceutical company that are contradicting him and saying that it's not going to be ready by the election, by election day. So who the fuck knows? Who knows? Scotial, knockout game. I don't know if that was a game. I don't know if that was part of the knockout deal. In New York in particular, violent crime, I can't say hate crimes because it doesn't cover white people. I don't know if Rick Moranis is Jewish or not, so it might cover him. I don't know if Rick Moranis is Jewish or not. But, yeah, hate crimes don't apply to white people. You just don't see it. You don't see it. So I think that this guy did not know who Rick Moranis was, and he walked up and fucking cold-cocked him and knocked him over. 67 fucking years old, right? 67 years old. How much do you think that the media has to do with this? How much responsibility do they share in this? When they're broadcasting scumbags like LeBron James, and he's out there, they're hotness in the streets, man. Oh, by the way, my teammates are fucking my mother. That's not a joke, by the way. One of his teammates fucked his mother while he was on the team, so you know that that motherfucker's a soy boy. He's a big 6'8" fucking carbon copy soy boy. He's a big punk ass bitch. The only thing that he can do is play basketball. Okie MGTOW. Hey Hammer, can you toss me a channel shout out? Thank you. Hello everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Okie MGTOW. Go on over there and check out his channel. If it suits you and you like him, give that man a like and a thumbs up and a share. I hope that was good enough. Cryptos Logos. I, Paul, tell you that I let yourselves be circumcised. Christ will be of no value to you at all. Well, how many babies let themselves be circumcised? 0. None. They have no control over it. Time in a bottle. It's the flu. I know that. Tom Lightning at Hammerhand. Is there some way to repeal the 19th? Yes, there is. Like with any amendment to the Constitution, you have to have a certain amount of states sign off on any kind of addition or repealing of a constitutional amendment. I believe you have to have 3/4, 2/3 or 3/4, something like that, that have to sign off on repealing the 19th. It's next to impossible to change a constitutional amendment. It's next to impossible. Especially in the environment that we have today, where you have the fucking North and the South Pole, and everything in the middle is gutted. It's gone. There is no middle ground politically anymore. It's either you're there, or you're there, or you're there, or you're there. It's next to impossible. That's why a lot of people feel that we are on a course to a hard civil war. Now, I don't mean to spook you or fearmonger you. I'm not trying to do that. But just look around. Look around. This is the most social upheaval I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen more social upheaval than I'm seeing now. Over these last 4 years, it's been unbelievable. And over the next 4 years, no matter who wins, it's going to be worse. Magnetic at Charlie Juliet. Sucker punching is cowardly as fuck. Fuck yeah, it is. Charlie Restone. It's just a strain of the common cold, sir. Well, that's not what they say. Now, I'm not 100% invested in what they say, but COVID is like super flu. Super flu. That's much, much worse than the common cold, especially to the elderly or somebody with comorbidity rates. Charlie Juliet. Hey, Hammer. Earlier chat got lost. Curious if you have any new thoughts on whether it's a good idea for men to have kids nowadays. Would you have kids if you had it to do all over again? All things being equal and nothing being changed or taken away or repealed, knowing what I know now, no, no, and no. My desire to have kids was a strong one, very strong. I love my daughter. I feel bad that she doesn't want anything to do with me, but I don't spend every day thinking about it. It's not my choice. You see, I can't go and foist myself upon her and make her want to have anything to do with me. She'll either come around or she won't. But I had to make peace with that, and I've done that. With my son, I know that my son loves me, and I love him back. I know that my daughter loves me right now. She's just dealing with shit that she doesn't know how to express. And she's thick. I mean, she's really thick. She's fucking stubborn. She's stubborn. She's like her mother when it comes to that. But no, I wouldn't have kids. Not with a woman. Not with a woman. I would eliminate anything with a woman on that level. I would never, ever consider that, because it's just too dangerous. Brothers, unless you have a silver spoon in your mouth, or you're gifted $400 million like our current president was from father to son, or you win the fucking lottery, or you have a really good job and you're making 6 figures a year and you can save 2 or 3 of those years up and put it in the bank, you are not protected at all. You're not protected. These people will come for you. Women today are not looking for men. They are looking for pet wallets. They are looking for walking, talking ATMs. They're looking for somebody to satisfy their next fancy. That's what they want. They don't view you the way that you view them. You see, you are a stepping stone to where they're going. That's how they view you. It's very cold, very not empathetic at all. And no, I thought to myself here recently, even at 50, if things were different, it would be nice to have another child or two. You know, even at 50, I still thought that. And then you have to turn around and think to yourself, but look at what's going on out here. There's no goddamn way. There's no way. No way. You would be on the chopping block before her pussy was sewed up. There's no way. No, it's not worth it. Now, if you want to adopt and homeschool and have somebody that, if you have somebody that you can really, really trust not to be a piece of shit, abusive or ideologically driven or dogmatic in any way, that can watch your kid while you go out and work, then it might be a possibility, you know. But to do things, to just go out and mom and pop shit right now, the white picket fence in the house and the 2 kids and the 2.5 pets, and no, hell no, no fucking way, no way. And I think that men, by and large, are expressing that reality. Just look around. All you have to do is just look around and see what's going on with these fucking people, man. Look at what's going on with all of these corporations out here. De Beers Diamond Company can't sell diamonds. We have a local company here, Genesis Diamonds. They're going broke. Right? They've been around here for fucking years, forever. At least 10 years, at least 10, 15 years. Right? I remember when they first broke into this market out here. They're going broke. Procter & Gamble can't sell Pampers, can't sell Loves. The greetings card businesses are going broke. Last Valentine's Day, 65% of women bought their own gifts. And it was a record for Valentine's Day, monetarily. It was a record for money spent on Valentine's Day. And then if you read between the lines, they tell you that 65% of women bought their own gifts. You know what I'm saying? These industries that are propped up by men are failing. So it shows a lot. It speaks volumes for where men are headed and where women are going. Women do not give a fuck about any of this stuff that you guys care about. They don't care about this shit. All they care about is getting that bag. They care about their money. They care about who they can fuck, when they can fuck, how they can fuck. They care about the next fanciful thing. They care about buying shit off eBay. They don't care about anything else. If they have a baby in that fucking crib, one on their lap, and one in the fucking stroller choking itself with a fucking spoon trying to eat, they don't care. They don't care. They have been raised to be this. They were designed, born and bred feminists. They were born into feminism. Any woman born after the 19th Amendment is a feminist. Plain and simple. And if they say that they're not, ask them if they believe in the right to vote. That's the entirety of the 19th Amendment. If you believe in the right to vote, you are a default feminist. Plain and simple. That's it. A lot of them don't have answers for that, though. 235 in the box. You savages. On a Saturday night going into a Sunday morning. I cannot believe you men. Thank you, Doe. I appreciate you. I hope that answered your question, Charlie. Bridges don't fly. Not all Masons are bad. No, not all. but a lot. And a lot of them are shitty and they don't even realize why they're being shitty. Stone Reaper, Sweet Padre. Damn, did I just buffer? It's the first time in this whole broadcast. It says live for 8 minutes right now. So yeah, I just buffered 8 minutes. That's weird. Piotr Oslowski, trucker, not pilot. Well, I stand corrected, sir. MGTOW Live, I'm on the same page, Hammer. Yes, sir. Tim S., they were rooting for it, of course. Zool at Sweet Padre, I'm not saying it's a bad thing by itself. Too much of it is the problem. Likewise with selfishness, absolutely. One Fast Dak 47, hey Hammer, what's up, man? You keep saying that. Stone Reaper, True Bridges, Mason Jars is good. Shinobi Juan, Bridges, Brother Bridges, don't fly, you're all good, man. Time in a bottle at Charlie Ristone, exactly. Doctors worldwide are trying to expose it. 600 doctors in Spain, it's a cold. Well, if they come out, if you get me 600 doctors that come out and say that, then I'll give it some credence. I'll listen to that. And it's not because I listen to mainstream. Obviously, being on here, this is not mainstream. It's fucking with the mainstream. Terrible bad. Terrible bad. They've got real problems because of platforms like this. Andorian Nationalist, at Sweet Padre, the problem with socialism is the socialism. Yeah, you didn't even have to write anything after that, man. The problem with capitalism is capitalists. Yeah. There has to be government regulations or elites feast on the working class, and they have been doing it, boy, for a long time. Whippy McWhippet at Hammerhand, in your Juggernaut video, you mentioned the end of October, reduction in manufacturing and distribution. Do you think this will have significant international impacts? I don't think that it's going to be an international thing. I think this is just me, this is just my opinion. I've pulled this route for the last 5 years. So I know what the route is supposed to do, and I know when we're supposed to pick up on business, and we've been dropping in business. Not a lot, just a little, just a small decline. But then to get word that the last week of October, headed into election week, is going to be gone, we're going to be closed, that to me signals that these people, at least domestically here in the United States, are getting ready for riots. That they want to get their factories closed, they want to get things locked down and boarded up, because we've already had our model year change. The model year change, where they go in and they change over the factories for the next model year, happens in the middle of summer. It happens in July, right around July 4th weekend. For everyone here in the United States goes on the same date. All of the factories close down on that date. They get about a week to do it, maybe 10 days. Depends on how long the outfitting takes. Or if they've got to do work, like dock work, they're replacing bad docks, or they're extending docks, shit like that. But typically it takes about a week, 10 days to get that done. And that's been consistent. We have never closed in October for anything, for any reason. Any reason. So you've got the last week of October headed into election week, in probably the most contentious election that any of us will ever see, ever. With Halloween being on the 31st, 4 days from the election. I think that these people are reading the tea leaves, and it's my humble opinion that they're getting ready for massive riots. So they're just kind of trying to head it off at the pass. That's just my opinion, though. Charles Ristone. Charlie, adopt a young male if you feel the need. I would agree with that. Boys get shit on so badly. So badly. I would be remiss if I didn't say that baby girls are trafficked horribly bad. Horribly bad. We have problems everywhere, gents. Big ones. We don't have enough eyeballs. We don't have enough people standing up and doing their duty. We don't have enough people that even know what the duty is anymore. They don't know. They don't know. It's been bred out of them. But I have a sneaking suspicion that most of this is going to come back, and it's going to come back with horrifying speed. Oh, yeah. Timothy Sokol, preppers don't look so silly anymore, huh? I never thought that they did look silly. I never had an issue with preppers or prepping. If I had the ability and the money, I'd have me a few acres out in the middle of nowhere with a state-of-the-art underground fucking bunker ready to go. Now, I mean that shit. I mean that. Just looking for messages, gents. Just looking for messages. Class 7 sewing. Bill Maher is dead on the inside. Yeah. Most of those raging leftists burned up a long time ago and just never fell over. Harry Holbrook, enemies at the gates, no problem. Enemies within the gates, big problem. Yeah, it's a big problem. And guess what? Our government let them in. They let them in. Duality reality. Show me your left titty at Bridges Don't Fly. That's disgusting, boy. No, sweetheart revamped. They have been killing people in hospital. I don't know about that. In relations to COVID, I don't know about that. If you're talking about the ventilator shit, then yeah. Yeah, we found out early on that the ventilators were actually killing people. Time in a bottle. Italian doctors are trying to expose it too. Good. Good on them. I hope that they do. No sweetheart revamp. They can't intubate Trump. He'll die. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Probably not a good idea, man. Not a good idea. Feminazi Slayer, you are dropping a lot of messages here, brother. Are you doing that on purpose? Sweet Padre, will capitalism as we know it collapse if the women stop consuming? No, capitalism will just take whatever form that it can take to exploit. That's what capitalism does. Every industry on earth could collapse right now, and although it would bring an immeasurable amount of pain and suffering and death with it, capitalism would take advantage of that. You see, I mean, somebody would immediately come out, invest $1 million in a funeral home or a funeral pyre service, and start promoting it. Look how fast capitalism made masks and started making masks with smiley faces, with the Joker, with Batman, with fucking MGTOW symbols on it. Look how fast that happened. It took 30 or 45 days, and whole industries sprang up overnight. Overnight. That's what capitalism does. That's what capitalism does. The people that have the money to take advantage of it are the winners. Everybody else can just suck it. Charlie Juliet, too perfect. Knockout, Drumpf, the COVID denier. Biden wins. Vaccinations required to go anywhere, so technically not forced. Vax won't work, so it'll be an annual vac, and you can count me out. The second that somebody says to me, well, you have to take this in order to work, I'm going to give them this right here, and I'm going to disappear. I can already live without this. This is just a matter of comfort for me. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disappear. MGTOW Live. I'm happy you got your son, champ. I'm happy too. I'm happy too. Like I said, we've got some work to do, man. We've got to clean things up a little bit. They've let him go. You know, he's picked up some bad habits, but I don't think that I know that they're not habits that are unrecoverable. This will be week number 2 over here, and we're getting situated and getting ready to go get moved, and I'm trying to find an apartment now. A good one. I got a lot of money to spend on an apartment, but it's surprising to me, to be honest. There's not a lot for rent around here, so I might have to go and check in the sticks and stuff, or kind of bite down and try to find out what it takes to get a house. Maybe I'll just try to get a house. I don't know. Oy, excuse me. We'll see how that one goes. But I'm glad that I got him too. Sergio the Christian, I know for a fact Trump is the only one holding militias back because for whom I know are on standby mode, if Trump dies, they go active. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This number that these fucking boobs keep quoting in the media about there being over 500 militias in the United States, that is wrong. That is wrong. You can quadruple that number. There ain't no 500 militias. There might be 500 that you know of. Maybe. There's about 2,000 militias in the United States. If you do like Obama did and you reclassify the definition of mass murder by dropping it from like 5 to 3, or 5 to 4, which is what he did, what Eric Holder did, so that they could have more mass murders, wasn't that ridiculous and absurd? If you did that with militias and you classed them as a certain grouping, a number, even then you're not going to make the criteria for that. I guarantee that there's 2,000 militias in the United States. I guarantee it. Of at least 5 or more people per. Stone Reaper. Kennedy started the whole critical theory thing. Well, Kennedy didn't start it. He implemented it. He didn't start it, though. It started with the Frankfurt School. It started with Bolshevism. It started with the Romanovs. Bad shit. You ought to read up on the Romanovs. Timothy Sokol. I live in California. Homeless psychos walk up anywhere. Yeah, I'm nasty. They do it out here too, just not as much. Charles Riston, Andron better than the other option. Cryptos Logos, if you, for good speakers, use them for that in Shadow's videos. Man, these are not coming across right. Andorian Nationalist, Trump probably faked the COVID infection due to his plummeting polls after the debate. I didn't see any plummeting polls unless you were just looking at left-wing polls. If you're looking at polls that were traditionally within a couple of points or accurate as fuck around the 2016 election, if you're looking at those polls, his numbers rose. Now, they didn't rise a lot, but think about it. With the left-wing polls, they tanked. The right-wing polls, they trended up, or they went a little bit up, like way up, like 2 or 3 points, or they stayed the same. Very strange, very strange. So I'm more inclined to believe that his poll numbers didn't plummet. I think that the media is just full of shit. And we've known that. Men like us know that. We've known that for a long time, right? We've known that. But these people out here, they still keep pushing their fake bullshit, their fuckery, because they don't have anything else. They don't have nothing else. I don't know. I think this sounds an awful lot like 2016 all over again. And I think it's going to go like 2016 all over again. Question you got to ask yourself out there is, if he's declared the winner and they attempt to remove him, what are you going to do? You just going to stand there? I don't know. I might not. I don't really know what I'm going to do. Ding-a-ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding-a-ding. Bonfire Beacon. COVID just goes to show how powerful the propaganda and programming is. You goddamn right. Time in a bottle. At Andorian Nationalist. Men can't adopt children in the United States unless they're gay. It's all rigged. That's not true. Straight, let me not say straight. Normal men can adopt kids. You can adopt kids. You have to be able to sign off on it. You have to get it signed off on. So do gays, so do lesbians. Yeah, normal men can adopt kids. No, sweetheart, revamped. No one dies from COVID. We blow their lungs. Trump is 74 years old. Yeah, I know, man. I felt terrible for all of those old folks in New York. You got that far down the river of life, man, and And some imbecile like Cuomo comes along and orders all of these positive patients to shack up with them and kill them. It's terrible. Terrible. Marcos Hernandez, what up, driver? Zero, driver. I'm thinking you're a driver if you're talking like that. Sergio, the Christian, Belgium cured a man that was 90 years old from the Wuhan shuffle. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. We've seen a few of them over here, too, that have been, advanced in age, 70s and 80s. But, of course, you're not going to hear about that on the mainstream. You have to pick it up in crosstalk and little websites and little local TV stations that cover that shit. Whippy McWhippet at Sergio the Christian in Netherlands, 100-year-old lady, same thing. That's interesting, man. Very cool. Andorian nationalist, COVID is way less fatal than swine flu. Wuhan. You're correct, absolutely. And even less dangerous than influenza A. Dane Boro, if you get hit by a car and they die, they label it as COVID. These doctors get paid to report anything as a COVID death. I don't know if they get paid. I just think that they're afraid. I think that they've been told that shit rolls downhill, and if they stop the fucking rolling turd, then they get to take the turd home. That's what I think. I think that these people are being intimidated, and we have too many doctors and too many physicians that are coming out and saying the exact opposite. There is no incentive to say the exact opposite other than it's the truth. There is no incentive going the other way. Very strange shit. We live in some incredible times. Crazy shit, man. Steelabees. COVID is real. My cousin had it. He ended up beating it, but at one point they had to put him into a medically induced coma. I didn't say that it wasn't real. I believe that it's real. I just don't believe that what's going on around it is real. That's not organic. It's orchestrated. Timothy Sokol, the Nazi Party is back play for play. Bad times are ahead. Are they? I don't know. Simon says news. Good day, mate. What's up, Simon? How you doing, man? KD, disagree. He magically gets cured 1 week before the election and or gets the vaccine on live TV and becomes a legend. It wouldn't surprise me one fucking bit. That's kind of Trump's playbook, man. It really is. Sweet Padre, at Zool, balance, you say. Moderation, centrism. Reason over emotion? Shinobi One, blessings upon each and every one of you, my brothers. May your true potential be actualized. Yes, sir. Charlie Ristone, thank you, Shinobi, you as well. Charles Ristone, herd immunity, gents. Sweetheart revamped. When does church start, Shinobi? Paul Cooper, hi, Hammerhand. How are you, brother? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Looking at you maniacs that have been on here for over 2 hours now. That's fucking crazy. I can't believe it. Steelabillies, that surprised me because he is a cop and former Air Force. He has always been in great shape with big muscles. That doesn't mean that you can't get viral. You know, the shape that you're in is going to determine how you recover. It's not going to determine whether or not you get a virus. You can't predict if you're going to get it or not. No, sweetheart revamped. RICO laws apply to groups. That's why they want to try to call you a movement. Bridges don't fly. What is 1A? Oh, wait, I know what you're referring to there. Charlie Juliet, MGTOW is an idea, just like Antifa. Well, I'm not even going to say that. MGTOW is a philosophy, plain and simple. It's a set of philosophical rules that disincentivize usury and incentivize self-actualization. To put it simply, you know, there's more to it than that, but to put it simply, that's what MGTOW does. And I'm all for it. And anybody that asks me about it, I'm going to tell them I'm all for it. That's what it is. Good on them and good on me. Successful endeavors, the RICO Act. Absolutely. They could, if they get you to a point where they can classify you as a movement, which is exactly what they're doing with burn, loot, and murder. It's exactly what they're doing with those Antifa fags. It's exactly what they're doing with them, is trying to classify them as a movement and show organization. Once they can do that, then they can use RICO on them. Gulp, quad zero, the economy is going in the dumpster, but I am understanding that the Fed will step in and bring about the digital currency. Well, they've been trying to push that fucking shit since they got wise to Bitcoin. So there, you know that they're not going to let another source of currency come into the world, and they're not going to try to jack it. They're not going to try to hijack it. Of course they're going to try to hijack it. Goddamn Zuckerberg is trying it, and I think it failed miserably. You know, now he has something in common with Angry MGTOW. Piece of shit. Goddamn. Andorian nationalist. Remember, at the beginning of all of this, government said, whoops, Obama forgot to reorder more N95 masks after the swine flu. It wasn't by accident the government forgot to reorder, in air quotes. It was on purpose to spread it. I could actually believe both of those. I could believe both of those. The prior administration was so fucking incompetent and corrupt that I could believe that. I mean, when you ship $1.5 billion in an airplane to an Iranian tarmac, you know, you tell me. Give me a fucking break. But then again, Bush was no better. Bonfire Beacon at Shinobi One, same, and I hear you've been working on it for a while. The hidden MGTOW can never and will never be a movement. Of course not. That is plainly and obviously not true. It would no longer be MGTOW if it's a movement. I agree with you 100%. Is it possible that you guys need to start looking out for people who are going to try to slide up underneath MGTOW and try to reclassify it? They've got big channels, right? They've got some sway. They've got some influence. They're PUAs, they're red pillars, they're even brothers. Is it possible that they get together and they say, you know what? We've got one hell of a money stream here. Maybe we're just going to reclassify it. Remember, maybe you don't remember. I'll refresh your memory. A few months ago, Richard Cooper was talking with a whole bunch of these clowns. And he was talking to Rollo Tomasi. Rolled Up Tamale. He was talking to Rolled Up. And he sits there and he goes, the godfather of the manosphere. Rolled Up Tamale. Manosphere. We'll find another name for it. Let's call it something else. He wasn't fucking kidding. He wasn't kidding. They don't want to share any of this with you. They don't want to give you any credit for anything. And they don't want to be in the same sphere as you. You see, they want to be able to monetize anything, everything, and everyone. And he wasn't kidding when he said that. He was serious. He was serious. There will always be people that are going to try to come in and reclassify, relabel, remake, undo, whatever they can do. There will always be somebody that's going to try to do that. And you have to be wary of these people. You have to know that you're being fucked with, that you're being pushed down a road. And that road typically leads to your usury, you getting fucked around. Just be careful. Time in a bottle, they can try to criminalize it all they want. I went MGTOW way before the acronym existed, as well as many other men I've met. Men don't need MGTOW to see the game is rigged and walk away. I agree with you, 100%. 100%. Jonah Tex Hex, a philosophy that is more than a couple thousand years old. Well, I don't know as an organized philosophy. I mean, I don't think so. I think that there have always been people that have seen the dangers that come with the empowerment of females. There are examples of the empowerment of females that exist all throughout history, and they eventually, with other corruptions and other debauchery, they eventually collapse those societies. You know, and then 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, some prophet is writing about it. And then all of these collections of parables are put into books called Bibles. And they make their way through the centuries. And they live on and breathe as warnings, and it's just one more reason why motherfuckers hate and despise religion. I'm not telling you that I'm religious, I'm not. Is there a lot of good religiosity? Yep. There sure is. Is there a lot that can be learned with religion? Yep, there sure is. Are we repeating history again? Yep, we sure are. Crazy shit. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. Steelabees. COVID is real, but the reaction to it is a huge overreaction. I don't think that it's an overreaction. I think it's absolutely planned. It's 100% what they want it to be. It can't be an overreaction. You know, we might think to ourselves, man, this is just way out of fucking form, man. Why are they doing? This is not an overreaction. This is what they want it to be. It's exactly what they want it to be. Plain and simple. There is no overreaction here. If they were out bayoneting motherfuckers in the street, we would see that as grossly negligent and murderous. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Michael McKinney at Timothy Sokol. I had to jack up one of those two-legged sewer rats once. Shinobi one. Bonfire Beacon. Nice one, brother. Come by my channel and visit church later on tonight. MGTOW Live. I have a troll after me, and I'm a small channel. Uh-oh. Well, you know what I say about engaging with your biggest fans. Don't. You ain't got nobody after you if you don't acknowledge them. It's just that simple. Now, if you want to go toe-to-toe with them, if you want to knock them in the mouth, do it. But if you don't have time to waste on these people, be big to them. Block, ignore, ghost. That's all you got to do. Notice how I don't have any problems like this? Why do you think it is that I don't have these problems? Zool at Sweet Padre, moderation indeed, and yes, logic over emotion. If men ran on emotion like women, do I wager it likely that humanity wouldn't be here still? Yes. Magnetic. I'm not going to repeat that, Magnetic. I think Better Bachelor has a lot of great material. I think he's got a lot of great material. But I also think that he made a hell of a mistake trying to squelch men in a space built by men for men. You know, you already had a great big channel, you're monetized, you're making fucking money, and then when people start looking at that money, boy, they're like, they get fucking moon eyes, you know, and then the message gets lost. The message is lost. It's sacrificed to the monetization. That's how they get you. That's how they've always gotten you. Always. I think it's a shame. It's tragic. It really is. It's tragic. Oh, Katie, gents, just want to say I would be happy to die with all of you if we were holding the line together. I'm going to be honest with you, KD. I don't think that there are too many men out there that would say that out loud. Hold the line, sir. Hold the line. I don't think there's too many men out there that would say that out loud. And thank you for saying it. And I'm sure that a lot of us have thought it in private. I wonder if I will live to see that day. Not with you specifically, but with us. It seems like it's getting close. Shinobi One, Brother MGTOW Live. Hey man, it's because you spill truth. Sweet Padre, if COVID strikes Congress, then maybe some will finally leave office. Well, only if they fucking die. Tom Lightning, sorry gents, but YouTube still hates me. YouTube hates everybody with a dick. Unless you're a feminist. Whippy McWhippet, YouTube hates all of you. Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does. Harry Holbrook, go your own individual way, men. Drive on hard, take no prisoners, and live it. Live life. Absolutely. Sergio the Christian. Guys, it's been a blast, but it's time for me to start my early morning run. It's 5 a.m. over here, so have a great night. I gotta run. Catch you later, Sergio. Peace out, brother. Have a good run. Be safe. Shinobi Juan. Men talking to men. Women most affected. Jonah, Tex Hex. Captain Marvel is going down because the media is done with her. What I heard and keep hearing persistently is that this little girl that they've casted as Kamala Khan, right? The little stretchy, weird kind of fucking Miss Marvel, right? They made Miss Marvel into some fucking Indian girl. So that's another white character stricken off the list. So they made her into some Indian girl, and she is going to actually replace Brie Larson in the Captain Marvel role, is what we are hearing. Don't know if that's going to happen, but how interesting it is. We always do that they eat their own, and they prove it time and time again. Oh, man. Time in a bottle. Too many men know about MGTOW now. Isaiah 4:1, Isaiah 13:12, Isaiah 3:16-26, Romans 1:18, and Revelations 18 all prophesied that MGTOW, that we know as MGTOW today, is written. I have read some of those, not all of those. The hidden MGTOW, brand new tube. I've seen brand new tube, man. There's some shit over there. I've got an account on brand new tube. I just haven't done anything with it yet. Timothy so-called, YouTube hates all that are not in line. Oh, yes. Charles Ristone, the G-code, gentlemen. G-code. Shinobi Juan, assassinated by the Wu Flu army. The Gilded Age Phoenix, sweet Padre. That's true up to a point. The problem is the people who make all the big money in capitalism are never satisfied with just enjoying what they have. They want power over life and death. And they have it right now. Right now. They've got it. Gents, I think I'm going to get to the bottom of this here chat, read a couple of more, and I think we're probably going to call it a night. We've been going for a minute. So let me get this going. Restored data. What's this 21 convention? You see that? Oh, baby, see that? I remember some other Red Pill Channel MGTOW philosopher talking about it last year. 21 convention. Oh, God. It grieves me to say that a couple of our really fine brothers are attending the 21 convention. I can't for the life of me understand why. And then you've got a fucking $1,499 admittance fee or $100 per day if you just want to see one person speak fee. And this is what we talk about, isn't it? Monetization of men. Taking advantage of men and fucking them out of their money. It's not just women that do it. It's not. It really fucks with me that a couple of our boys are running over there and attending that convention. I think it sucks. I can't stand the idea that they're doing that, but it's their life. It's their rep. If that's what they want to do with themselves, it's on them. They're still Red Pill brothers. They're still MGTOW brothers to me, but they're not doing themselves any favors by charging $1,500 for 4 days, 5 days. 21 Studios, the Red Man Group, the 21 Convention are all a bunch of lames that get together and they teach you how to make women great again. You know, it's sort of like the Deanna Lorraines of the world where it's make love great again. Oh, by the way, I'm running for Congress. Oh, God, man, God. I find the entire idea to be repugnant, to be contemptible. I can't stand that. It doesn't serve men in any way. And they're the same guys that are going to come out and say to you, well, we don't have any real problem with those MGTOW guys, but 99% of the world is going to want a pair bond or mate with somebody. I don't really think it's that high. I mean that. I don't think it's that high. They're the guys that have repackaged PUA game, PUA frame, cold approaches, call it 21 Studios. And I ain't going. And I wouldn't go, even if somebody paid my way to go. And I'm not the kind of man that they want. They want a man that they can control, a man that they can manipulate, a man that they can shape and mold, a man that they can take $1,400 from. $1,400. That's why I did not go to the International Men's Convention when it was in Chicago. $1,100 fucking dollars. $1,100 to do what? To do what? You're supposed to be spreading the fucking word. It doesn't cost a cent to spread the word. It's sickening. It makes me sick. It's repulsive. I think it sucks that some of our guys decided that they were going to go over there. It's their ass. So if that's what they want, it's on them. Zool at Whippy McWhippet. Yeah, it was probably a prerequisite. KD, I think John tried to offer his opinion in good faith and they massacred him in any and every way they could. Well, they didn't really massacre him. They didn't do anything. What they did was they put his face and a couple of sentences to a hit piece. They didn't massacre him. What he made the mistake of offering himself up. He thought that it was going to. And I haven't spoken to him about it, but he thought. I think that he thought that he was exposing us to a larger arena, and that people were just going to fucking flood in. And like I said, these people are fucking sharks. They're sharks, and they've been doing this for a long time, man, a long time. They manipulate the populations of the world. Of the world. So there's no fucking way that they're going to allow somebody to come on their platform and show them up or make them look stupid, especially in pre-recorded segments. It's just not going to happen. The Gilded Age Phoenix, KD, Bill Gates is a billionaire philanthropist, air quotes, that loves you and wants to substantially reduce the Earth's population, which he's on record as saying, by a lot. His vaccine is going to save the Earth from you, the inhabitant. Time in a bottle. Big John should have made them give him a copy of the footage they plan to use under contract before they aired it. That way, if they did it differently, they'd be sued. Well, that was never going to happen. That was never going to happen. What he should have done was bring somebody with him and film the entire interaction. That's what he should have done. Charles Ristone, truth-telling hammer. Well, I try to, brother, try to. Tom Lightning, hammer makes no difference about the bed as it shows how we all are in some ways. Yeah, true. I agree with you. The proper lad at Hammerhand caught some of that one-itis the last couple of days. It's been a disease, but all I needed was one. Well, it only takes one. How bad do you need it when the cops are knocking on your door? Ask Mr. Elite about it. Class 7 sewing, EBT cards, food stamps are no longer taken at my local gas station. They have signs on the registers. That's interesting. Are you sure it's not just a breakdown? A communications problem? That does happen from time to time. Time in a bottle. I feel really bad for children today. I feel awful for kids today. I'm glad that I've got a 17-year-old daughter and an almost 13-year-old son. I mean, it's not going to take long for him to get really mature and really grown up really fast. He's had a great life and great childhood, and he'll continue to have a great adulthood with me backing him up. He will continue to have that, but there's going to come a day where I'm not there, and that's the day that he's going to have to fucking sink or swim. And I have no doubt in my mind that he'll swim. No doubt. Sky Pirate, get those drill presses up and running, and yourselves a big box 80s lowers 80% lowers and get to work. Yeah, I haven't checked out that site yet. I know that you sent me the info a couple streams ago. I haven't checked out the info. Sir Slothington, hammer time. What's up, sir? There's still now almost 200 of you maniacs in this box. This is concerning. 233 Fonzies. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I do appreciate you, your love, your dedication. I appreciate all of that. And when we get off of this stream here, like, share, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. Timothy Sokol, when you have a lot of irons in the fire, all are in misorder, but still worth doing. Did that come across right? All are in misorder, but still worth doing. Yeah. Zool, I can see people saying if I can't have it, no one can, then bop. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Duality reality. Oh crap, did I miss the rapture? Oh goddamn. Harry Holbrook, Soylent Green will suffice. It's people. Yeah. It's people. Oh, it's a great movie. Great movie. Shinobi One, if my son has to wear a mask, he's not going to school anymore. I agree with you. 100%. I don't wear them anywhere. And I'm big enough to protect myself if somebody gives me dirty looks or side eyes. Not too many people say anything to me anyways. John Doe, chilling at work, listening to the stream. MGTOW for life. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Charlie Juliet at Hammerhand. Would you have kids again if you had to do it all over? Why are we back down here in this fucking stream? Why is that happening like that? I have already answered that. KD, honestly, I love my life, but I can't wait until God takes me to a better place than this. Brother, I hope for all of our sakes that you are correct. But I'm going to tell you what. If, when I go to sleep, and these old tired eyes right here just close, if there's nothing after that, I'm going to be all right with that. At least the pain's over. Zool, the rapture did happen. This is the end was a documentary. Well, it happened for some of them. No name, LOL, come to Canada, we pay 50% tax. No thanks. I'll pass. They pay what they pay like 62% in Norway. Was it Norway or Sweden or Finland? It was one of those nations. I can't remember which one. Like fucking 62, 68% tax. Fucking insane. And they're all like it's just the greatest fucking thing ever. You know? Like there's nothing outside of that. Tim S., they're able-bodied and too lazy to get out of bed. Binary Regent 1154. Hey, what's good, Hammer? You got an opinion on the increasing feminization of video games? You know I do. You know I do. Titles like The Last of Us 2, Mortal Kombat 11, or even Battlefield 5. The Battlefield was a tragedy. That was bullshit. And Mortal Kombat 11, I haven't seen the story modes, but it didn't look like it was terribly feminized, although a lot more female characters are showing up. I don't regard the inclusion of female characters as something being feminized. The Last of Us 2, just awful. Awful. It was awful. I didn't play these games. I watched the run-throughs. I watch other people do the heavy lifting because I've kind of gotten out of playing video games. I loved them, thought that they were fantastic, but my interests really, my heavy interests are with my drawing, with my model making, with my podcasting, which this is, it's an insult to call this a podcast. You know, this is like a stream, but that's what I will be doing. Those are where my interests are pretty much now. Data collection, I love data collection. Information interpretation, I love doing that shit. Good stuff, and it keeps me busy enough. So I don't really need the video games anymore. But when you employ people like Anita Sarkeesian and Brianna Wu and all of these scumbags that gravitate and lurk around these pieces of dog shit like Brie Larson. What's your favorite game, Brie? Nintendo. Oh, painful. That one of her first videos, I'll get back to the video games in a minute, but I watched a couple of her videos, a couple of her first videos, man. She's walking past the like the camera's set up and it's looking at a bed, right? And it's like this fucking far away from the bed. And you see her legs walk up and she starts to sit down. She ain't got nothing on. It's pussy crack. I'm not even kidding. I don't know if anybody has made her aware of this, if anybody has told her this, but there's about 2 frames where Brie Larson is sitting down in front of the camera with her legs open. She's got a long shirt on. She doesn't have nothing on. It's a pussy crack. You see her fucking cooter. And I was like, is that her pussy? And I went back and I stopped it and I paused it. And I'm like, that's her pussy. She doesn't have no fucking underwear on. What a gross bitch. How many other people could get away with that, man? Come on now. Serious. How many people could get away with that? It's disgusting. She looks pretty goddamn good in a dress though. She's got perfect tits. Just perfect tits. But she's such an unlikable person. It's like where I could sit there and be like, salivate a little bit over them titties. You know, she's so nasty and so unlikable. It's like I got dry mouth, like somebody dumped allium in my mouth. It's like, no, she's really kind of nasty. She's not a good person. It doesn't make a difference to me how hot, good-looking, well-built, desirable, packaged, however you want to say it, you are. If you open your mouth and you're gutter trash, or you're a snob, or you're an overt feminist, or a feminist of any kind, my interest is pretty much gone. Pretty much, it's history. It's out of here. Gone. But back to the video games, I think that the feminization of video games is not as big a problem as the lack of commitment to good video games. You know, these people are going all in on this narrative, and we all know what the narrative is, and it's being pushed in every medium, in every form of entertainment, everywhere. That is fucked up. It's fucked up. And the only way that you're going to stop this from happening is to stop buying their shit. Don't go to their stupid movies. Don't look at their Instagrams. Don't engage with them on YouTube. Don't do anything that these people profit from. Keep your physical copies of everything, because these people are deleting and altering your pop culture. You see where they're striking episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force? They just killed the Ren and Stimpy reboot. It's done. Don't know if the Beavis and Butthead continuation is going to get done now. They're stripping episodes out of all of these cartoon blocks. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Space Ghost, all kinds of shit. It's fucking absurd. It's on the grounds that it's racially insensitive. I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to live in that world. I don't want anything to do with that world. Fuck that. These people are living on borrowed time. Stop funding them. Spartan, the Federal Reserve is scamming you with your birth certificate bonds. Interesting that you say bond. Your social security card, well, their social security card is no different. And yes, you're absolutely correct. Being scammed big fucking time. Darth MGTOW, Hellestex, I'm just going to call you Darth MGTOW. Now that your buffering issues are worked out, maybe I can now put the show on the transmitter, give you some airtime. It's only a hobby. That's on you. If you want to do that, that's cool. I don't care if you share it. If you want to share the stream, that's all good, brother. Bonfire Beacon. I thought the Rapture was invented by John Darby. LOL. MGTOW Live. You're the man, Hammer. I don't know about all that. I'm a man. Like I tell everybody, I'm just some fucking guy, man, that just got tired of being kicked. I just got tired of having people tell me that I was an ism, a phobe, a fucking X, Y, and Z, just because I didn't see it their way. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. I've told people that made millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to their face, I don't see it that way. Well, you have to fuck you. I don't have to see nothing your way. I don't have to share your opinion. You see? If we come together because we're sharing actual opinions and we're like, hey man, this is kind of cool. You know how it is when you enter a room or a stadium of a bunch of people who are of a like mind with you? It's a different fucking feeling. It's a much different feeling than being out here in this fucking soup, this blue pill soup. It sucks. Brian Theriot, a lot of desperate brothers here in Louisiana who have watched an entire man-driven industry destroyed by the government. Keep up the positivity and thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And what industry are you talking about, Brian? Excuse me. Highfly G123. Is Trump totally compromised? Makes you wonder. I think totally compromised? I don't know about totally, but definitely compromised? I don't know, man. You know, people have certain concepts of things going on in the world. He's way too Jewish-centric for me, for my likes. You know, I understand why they place so much emphasis on Israel. It's a strategic platform for them in the Middle East, plain and simple. That's it. You know, but when you have 60 or 70 years of Holocaust movies and we should pity the poor Jew and all of it, it's really sickening shit. It's sickening. Now, I ain't got no problems with the Jews out here at large. The disaffected ones are the problem. They are the problem. The big fucking problem. Don't like them at all. Don't like them. They have too much. They control too much. And if they were decent about it, I don't think I'd have an issue. But they're not decent about it. And they fucking hate you. Especially if you're a European. Cryptos Logos. The mark is in the luminescent glow it gives off. Kwai Chang Kane. That's a great name, man. I love that. Love that series, too. Maybe more than that, no name. Charles Ristone Spartan, you are correct. It is a way for the government to pull hundreds of thousands in debt. Timothy Sokol, harmony and balance is the goal, but it is a discipline, not a passing fancy. Zool, I wonder how much farther humanity would be if we didn't hate each other's guts. I think, personally, we have been to the moon and back. I know that people have their opinions on that, but I'm of the opinion that it actually happened. There's a lot of folks out here that don't believe that don't want to believe that, and they present their evidence, and I don't believe their evidence. I believe that we have landed on the moon. Let's just say 100% that it's true. that we've landed on the moon. How long ago was that, man? 1969, 6 months before I was born, right? 50 years. 50 years. It's safe to say that we could have already had colonization of the moon under control and colonization of Mars. It's safe to say that. And we're nowhere. It is what it is. It is what it is. I think people are going to wake up. Well, I hope that for their sake, they wake up, because if they don't, they can expect this until the cows come home and nothing else ever different. Nothing, ever, ever, ever. That this is the end result. This is it. This is everything that you're ever going to experience in life. And if people don't start pulling themselves together and breaking away from these systems of usury and control, then our race is just this and nothing else. And that's unacceptable. With the shit that we can do and the things that we have invented as a species, with this somewhat lucid mindset that humanity has. We're not fully awake by any means, but we're aware, and that's a start. We could be doing so many wonderful things. So many wonderful things. It just boggles the mind to think about if we all worked together, and we all pushed towards common goals, and we all gave up on that bitterness, and all of these special interest groups gave out, and all of these lobbyists gave out, and all of these blacks that hate whites, and whites that hate blacks, and men that hate women, and women that hate men. If none of that fucking shit was there, and if people could just stop being so fucking petty and selfish and greedy, and self-destructive, we wouldn't even recognize the place that we're supposed to be in. We're not there. I don't see us getting there. That's negative. It's a very pessimistic, and I'm not normally a pessimist, but look at the shit that we got to work through just to be able to even talk to one another about something that is contentious. Look at the shit that we got to go through. Yeah, I don't know. Stone Reaper, I'll never take a vaccine. Not that motherfucker. Fuck that. Cody Vaughn, a big late Texas-sized howdy from Dallas, Texas. What's up, Dallas? How you doing, man? What's up, Cody? Your words are the truth. Wish some of these kids my age knew about you. Tell them. Tell them. Like, share, and subscribe, brother. Tell them. Tiger, 1963. Are there going to be more debates presidential? There probably should be. There probably should be. I don't know. Trump wanted to go. He was down. The next one is supposed to be like the 15th? It was almost exactly 2 weeks from the time where he said that he got the COVID, where he got the fucking Wuhan surprise. So I expect him to be there. Unless the death announcement comes out, I expect him to be there. The guy's not a chump. He's not a quitter. Jonah, Tex Hex, that guy recognized Rick. I don't know who you are talking about. Morris, 4069, you sound as you don't believe others won't take the vac. I think a lot of people won't take it. I'm not going to take it. I'm not taking that shit. I'm not sick. I don't have anything. So it would be a different story for me if I couldn't get over something, naturally, normally. If I couldn't, I'm not taking no goddamn vaccine for that. I've never taken a vaccine past my 6th grade year for anything. Don't need it. Don't want it. Don't have to have it. Cryptos Logos, it's either that or it's a particular way you act in the times or certain beliefs someone holds. Bible is symbolic, nothing more. I can't speak to that. I didn't write it. I didn't hand it to Moses. I don't know. KD, gents, try watching Pockets of the Future in order to help you understand this world. It's a great channel. So Pockets of the Future is being recommended by KD. Gentlemen, successful endeavors. Anyone exposed to the virus now will be exempt from the vaccine later. No name. Yes, Rick is a Jew. Rick Moranis is a Jew. I see. I didn't know that. If you factor that in, blacks attacking Jews in New York is through the fucking roof. Skyrocketing attacks on blacks against Jews. Now, this guy didn't know it was Rick Moranis. He just saw him and said, "Fuck this guy! I'm gonna knock him," and he did it. Restored data. He was born to a Jewish family, so yes, then he's a Jew. Okay. All right, gents. To the end of this chat, I go. There you go. A manly load. Pockets is a staunch blue pill, though. Uh-oh. DeFreak at Michael McKinney. True Andorian nationalist. Pockets of the Future is an excellent creator. But he's blue. He's a blue pillar. Oh, man. Oh, man. Andorian nationalist. I'm not taking the vaccine. A manly load. My grandmother's a statist, and she won't take it either. That's kind of odd. That's kind of odd. You'd figure if the state was talking some shit and they were like, "Here, take this fucking shit," that a statist would do it. Now, I ain't taking that motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. DeFreak at Michael McKinney. Exactly. Oh, yeah, and the waste it produces, yeah, we make bombs with it. All right, gents. Tim S., thank you for the great stream. 183 in the box, 243 Fonzies. Gents, I want to thank you very much. What are we at now? 12:30? You got your money's worth tonight. You got your money's worth tonight. I appreciate all of you, as usual. And if we can find something very nice and interesting to talk about tomorrow, I will be back on again to do it tomorrow. But like I said, things have been kind of slow. Not very much shit to talk about. So if there's not a stream in the future for tomorrow night, if we don't find something, interesting or decent to discuss or talk about, then I'll cut a couple of videos, and that will have to suffice until next week. Peace, love, hair grease, all that good shit. No, I'm not a 33rd degree Mason. Every fucking time I do that, somebody says, are you a 33rd degree Mason? I have no idea what the fuck that is. I don't even know what it is. So, no, I'm not. You guys be wonderful. Lucas Boer, got to see that guy get rocked. Damn, yeah, it sucks, man. A manly load at Andorian nationalist. He speaks hard truth, but he pushes men to couple. Yeah, that's not good. Duality Reality, thank you for a great stream, Hammerhand. Take care of all you good men of MGTOW. MGTOW Life, a great stream. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. DeFreak at Hammerhand, thanks for your clear thinking. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you greatly, all of you. Whippy McWhippet, thanks all. Thanks, Hammer. Thank you, sir. Andorian Nationalist, thanks for the stream, Hammerhand. You're welcome, A.N. Zool, nothing wrong with not being optimistic about humanity, Hammer. Forced optimism is bull and shows that people fear reality. I definitely don't fear reality. I have no fear of what's coming. I just always thought that I'd be able to live into that long old age and whittle my sticks and make my models and just kind of fade off. But if that's not the way that it's meant to be, then we're going to deal with whatever happens. McPherson G, all other kids have learning problems and issues and will die if they eat peanuts. Well, that's very depressing. Sham wow. Have a good one, Hammer. Yes, sir. Thank you. Bonfire Beacon. Take care. Gents. Tim S. Looking forward to the new Juggernaut. That might be out tomorrow. I've got a couple of ideas for that already. M. Bear. Hammer. Try sport. Female MMA. I'm going to have to pass. Hard pass on that one. No, thank you. But thank you for the suggestion, though. Successful endeavors. Hit that like button, gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Thank you. A manly load. Pockets is all about finding love. Good luck. DeFreak, gay marriage killed regular marriage. It's the curse. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think gay marriage killed anything except the gay people getting married. Be careful what you wish for. That's a perfect example of be careful what you wish for and push for and fight for and argue and bicker for. Because guess what? When you get it, one of you two is going to be the bitch and one of you is going to be the butch. And one of you is going to court. Shinobi won. Later, guys, I can finally go do some work on the farm. We'll see you later, Shinobi. You be good, brother. Be good. Paul Lofren, God bless you and your son, Hammer. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Cyber Zoni, good stream, Hammer. Andorian Nationalist. Anyone else want to give Hammer dollars because he doesn't ask for any? Zool, great stream. Have a night, gents. Dead Lust, a 33rd degree shitlord. Maybe, but not a Mason. Shinobi won. We are all 33rd degree MGTOWs here. Timothy Sokol, 9:30 here. Man, not here, boy. Fucking 12:40 here. MGTOW life. It's handled. AN, Andorian Nationalist. Master J, good night, Hammer. Thanks for the stream. You guys are welcome. Love, peace, hair grease, and all that good shit. Gentlemen, it has been my pleasure. Peace out. Have a good night. And remember, every day above dirt is a good day. It's an opportunity for you to do something that you might not have done today. Get outside, smell the air, smell the fresh fucking flowers in the grass. If it's cold, enjoy it. If it's raining, enjoy it. If it's sunny, enjoy it. It's out there for you. It's not out there to suppress you or oppress you. Catch you guys on the next one.